You are listening to the Ill-Advised Wise Guys podcast, starring Uche and Cute Easy.
Yo, 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 yo. We are the Ill-Advised Wise Guys. It's your boy, Ooch. I got my boy,
QDZ for Sheezy. It's way too easy. I'm on Zoom Easy. It's not easy operating with this thing, but you just try. You live and you learn. Any mistakes or issues or errors you run into, just don't run into those errors next time.
Yo, why'd you sound like you just wanted to say record though? Like
The record.
You just sounded like record was coming right after that.
Hey, listen.
Your New York accent, man. What's wrong with you?
Listen.
I got another record for you. I got a record for the radio, the record player. But we are the Ill-Advised Wise Guys. Listen, this is episode 71. As you guys can all see, we got a new setup.
I know, you get to see our face.
You can now see our faces. We're gonna make this more common for y'all, man. We mess with y'all for messing with us. So we're giving y'all some more views for your head top.
For sure. And I know that y'all wanted to see my sexy face. Y'all thought I was gonna fall off, right? Y'all thought I was gonna have this crazy beard. Y'all thought my eyes were gonna be swelling. I cleaned up. I cleaned up myself. I learned how to shape myself up.
You know what?
Last couple of days, I learned how to shape myself up.
I'm glad you said that, man. You know what?
I know how to do it well.
Bruh, you remember when I used to cut your hair in college?
Yeah. Those were the days that I opted to not go to class because I was looking rough after.
Do you know that you still owe me money? I did it for free all that whole time, man. I probably cut your hair like at least 25 times total. At least
25? Come on.
Bruh. At a certain point, you were like, man, I don't even care, man. Just cut it all off, man. I literally don't care. I was like, okay.
That's true.
What are you talking about?
I used to rock the no hairline, but a little bit of hair look. That is true.
But anyway, for those of you guys who are not familiar, I'm Ooch. That's Q. Like I said, man, hey, we appreciate y'all for joining us. For those of you guys who've been rocking with us for a while, thank you. For those of you guys who this is the first time that you've ever seen our face or heard our voice, we appreciate you guys as well. If you don't mind, though, do one favor for us. One little favor. Please go over to Apple Podcasts or Stitcher. If you're listening on Apple products, go on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review or a rating. We would really appreciate it. It helps our show grow,
I'm begging you.
We're now in the UK because of you guys. Like, somehow they like what we talk about. I don't know. Maybe it's the way we speak English. I don't know. Have you figured it out?
I don't know.
Because I really don't know.
I think there was a couple of times you said butter instead of butter. Maybe it's like, yo, we connect. It's cool to say butter that way. Butter.
You know what? Maybe it was the episode called "Pass the Butter" when you were going at 21 Savage. You were going in on him.
I love 21 Savage. What are you talking about? I wasn't going in. It was all fun and games.
You were going. Y'all, hey, go back and check the tape, the recordings this time. Sorry, check the record.
Check the record.
21.
Shout out 21.
Yeah, we rock with 21. But anyway, yeah, leave us a review if you guys could. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, do everything you can to go and vote in ratingsgamemusic.com for Album of March. We're going to be closing that polls real soon. Right now, Lil Uzi Vert is in the lead. You want to know what second place is? Second place right now is, I gotta pull this up real quick. We got the whole setup right now, but it's very interesting because a lot of hot ass stuff dropped in March. I don't think that many hot ass albums dropped in April, but March was a hot ass album month. So, like I said, Lil Uzi Vert is in first place right now. And in second place, we actually got Joyner Lucas and Lil Uzi Vert, Love vs. the World, 2. So go ahead and vote. What we're going to do, we're going to make all these hot-ass albums go against each other, and that is going to be the way that we pick Album of the Year. It's going to be strictly fan-based. So it's going to be fun. That's a little cool little thing that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Y'all go vote for sure. That's a nice one, man. But you know, as you guys are familiar, coronavirus is taking over, COVID-19, whatever the hell you want to call it, man. And they're trying to reopen everything. You know, I think it was this week, might have been yesterday, the Atlanta governor and the Texas governor are basically reopening the whole state. Wait, did I say Atlanta? I meant Georgia. Georgia governor. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's you know, they're opening up the whole state. And hey, if y'all are in those states, I wonder how y'all feel about that. Like, is that something that you guys want? Because apparently there's been a whole lot of protests. For whatever reason, people are protesting, I guess, to get back out there because they're tired of being cooped up in the house. Is that what it is? Or
I mean,
or is it the small business owners that are really out of business? They want to get some money. Is that what it is, or is it a little bit of both?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, a lot of people aren't working. Like,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people are not working. They're not making money. They got all these bills that are due. They want to get out there. You know, the thing that's interesting is this. If you don't have coronavirus, you don't directly feel the impact of it. So you kind of downplay it at a certain point. You're like, man, I haven't gotten it after all these weeks. You know, what's the big deal of opening up the country? I think a lot of people feel that way. Personally, I think if you're going to open up, take a very safe approach. All these people are saying open things up, but the decision's on you. Do you feel like going out there? I don't think anybody is putting a shotgun to your head telling you to go out there. So it's on you. If you feel comfortable, you know?
I don't know, man. I guess it's tough though. It's tough, man. Because like if you work for a company that's forcing everybody to come back to work, but you're not really ready to do that, you in a weird situation, right? Because what do you do at that point? Do you tell your job, yo, I'm not coming in? What the hell are you talking about? Or yeah, you would do that, right?
And then you sue.
Hey, that's tough. But hey, I'm gonna be monitoring that because we're in the DMV area, so you know it's gonna be whenever that day is that they reopen things, we all gonna be hit with a tough decision to make at that point.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very, very tough decision.
It's a tough decision.
You know the tough part? Which club do we go to first? Very tough. We go to Park at 14 first. Ozio, damn.
Hey, I got a suggestion.
I'm partying my ass off that day.
How about you go to Park or you go to one place, but then you sign into a Zoom session for all the other places, like while you're at Park. That way, you watch them all at the same time.
Bruh, the moment the world opens up, I'm putting Zoom into the recycle bin in my MacBook. This is traumatized.
I don't know. I kind of like it though. I kind of like it.
This is gonna give this opens up wounds. So
it opens up, yeah, right.
It opens up wounds.
We might have to move the teams, man.
This is tough.
Let's move on.
To be honest with you,
yeah,
like, I would not have been able to do this at 23, 22, 23, 24. Remember back in the day, we was partying on Tuesday. We would go to DC.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yes. Except for Sunday though.
Sunday, we praise the Lord on Sunday.
You praise the Lord, unless you live in Miami and you go to
unless you live in Miami, you're going to live.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We would party every day. And we would think about partying. We would think about texting, meeting up people. I could not do this at 22, 23, 24. So I feel,
agree.
You know, but this is good though. This is good. It's a new way to party. We introducing a new way to turn up.
We'll see if it lasts, man.
It's a depressing way, but it's a new way.
But guess what's happening? A lot of artists are bored. They can't tour. They're sad that they have nothing to do. You know, you would think that artists would be out here, musical artists would be out here making music, right? They would be in their element. What better time to just get in the zone to make music? Rather, we got people like French Montana and Young Thug beefing over people trying to put up a competition between French Montana and Kendrick Lamar. I don't know about you, man, but I don't think that lineup even looks legitimate. Like, why, in what world would French Montana even be in comparison to Kendrick Lamar? Now, I get it. I even heard where French Montana was coming from, where he said, he's like, yo, man, if we talking about hits, though, he's like, man, listen, I'm competitive. Why shouldn't I think I would win? From that standpoint, I agree with him. And then also from the standpoint of straight hits. If we're talking about chart-topping, Billboard, what songs is making the radio, what songs actually have people, what songs are they playing on rotation, I really believe French Montana has a legitimate claim in terms of hits. Is he a better artist than Kendrick Lamar? It's not even close. Like, that's not even a legit question. He's disqualified. He doesn't even stand up to the competition. But in terms of hits, I think French he got an argument, right? Or no?
Well, it depends. It depends.
Is the Corona kicking in?
It depends on what you mean by hits. Depends
okay.
on what you mean by hits. So, like, if you're talking about who has more songs that can get a club jumping, French Montana. I mean, we talking Shot Caller. We talking Ain't Worry About Nothing. We talking about Pop That. We talking about
Unforgettable.
Exactly. He can get a club jumping. But if we talking about straight up hits, I don't think he can touch Kendrick Lamar. And I think it's just Kendrick Lamar just has too many dope ass joints that can be played on the radio, could be considered like somebody's favorite song, could be, could have a lasting impact. So yeah. I get but that's where I think French Montana was coming from. He was.
I do think though there's a weird distinguishing, I'll call it there's a discrepancy I'm noticing between what the word hit means. Like, for whatever reason, I'm noticing some people think hit means it gets played in the club. When we're not in that era anymore where things have to be in the club for it to be a hit. Right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard anybody say that, but when it's almost like when people use the word hit, they're thinking it means club, when that's not true. Always.
It's not.
Kendrick got hits. Kendrick got mad hits.
Yeah, I mean, we talking, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
All Right ain't gonna get like a club. I mean,
it could,
but it's like
it gets
club popping for a different reason than Pop That does. You know what I'm saying?
Play Mad City. Play Mad City in the club.
Oh, hell yeah.
Club is losing their fucking
I wouldn't even consider that personally, I wouldn't consider that a hit. I wouldn't consider Mad City a hit. I would consider that just a hot ass song that, like,
all right,
it just make you feel some type of way. But
I see what you're doing there.
I still don't think French has more hits than Kendrick Lamar. But once again, it's like, a lot of French's hits, is it a hit because of him? That's the new argument.
That's a whole nother debate, man.
To me, that's a debate that
I feel like if you make that argument or if you ask that question, that's opening a rabbit hole and you're gonna start to discredit him.
Because I don't know if you saw
how much is he really contributing to those songs that we say he's that he's made a hit.
Because I don't know,
like Unforgettable. How much credit does he really get for Unforgettable?
That's Sway Lee. Come on, I mean that's Sway Lee. But however, he put it together, so. I don't know. I mean, I would give him credit. So I'm still going to give him credit for it. But Kendrick Lamar's hit-making resume is more impressive to me. What Kendrick Lamar was able to make more unique hits, more dynamic hits. hits that probably aren't supposed to be hits, that just resonated with people more than what French Montana had. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even sure Humble was supposed to be a club hit. I feel like that joint was supposed to be a competitive song that just resonated with people.
I think Kendrick's Damn album that's probably his most obvious attempt to be in a club. Like all of those songs. The one with Rihanna.
Oh, for sure.
The all of them, Element, DNA, they're all meant.
I mean, but club or hit, you know what I'm saying?
But when I say, I'm talking about for Kendrick, right? Because we gotta change the curve now. Because he's not a club he's not a musician that makes music for the club. So I'm just saying for him though, I feel like that album was the one where it almost seemed like he was kind of trying to make music.
Oh, for sure.
Outside of his damn space. You know?
Some of the songs actually had like DJs. Some of the songs had like a DJ in the beginning, like new Kendrick. So like, I think, but he tried to do it in a sarcastic way. I think he was trying to prove a point.
Kung Fu Kenny.
You know what I'm saying? Kung Fu Kenny. That's that new Kung Fu Kenny. You know, but it's but at the same time, I'm tired of people trying to discredit French Montana to make a point. We don't gotta discredit the man to make a point that Kendrick got more hits. French Montana got hits too.
He does.
Like,
I think there's a discrepancy in the type of artists that they are, right? Like if you just look at these two on their own, like you would actually, so why are we even having this conversation?
Yeah.
Right? Like when it's all said and done, let's be real. Kendrick Lamar is gonna go down as one of the best ever rapper. And I've been really paying attention to this because he's really only dropped 3 solo studio albums. So far. I'm not saying he's dropped 3 projects, but
he don't do mixtapes.
Like what, Section 80? You talking about that?
He don't do mixtapes no more. Since he started dropping albums, he don't be really doing mixtapes. So.
Exactly. Like I would throw in Section 80 and Untitled Unmastered as a part of his discography, but like those are not really studio albums, you know? Like they're projects, but like I don't even think people consider those when they talk about Kendrick Lamar's discography. Like Section 80 maybe, but for the most part, it usually starts with Good Kid.
And right? It should.
So, but hey, we could talk about this all day, but man, let's get into the next topic, man. You know, the NFL draft just happened.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. My Jets done got more powerful.
Who the hell they draft?
I can't remember.
Damn.
Actually, they
how the hell did they get?
They drafted a new quarterback.
What? They don't believe in Sam Darnold?
They got Eason. I love me some Sam Darnold. He will be the next Tom Brady. Just give him 3 more years.
Wait, Tom Brady when he was a 6th-round draft pick, or the Tom Brady that was the Hall of Famer?
He would be the elite Tom Brady. He would be the Tom Brady that was winning championships. Give us some time.
Hey, you said the same thing about Jameis Winston. I just want to let you and the people know that you were Mr. Crab Legs.
Tim Man's championship contender right now.
Yeah, without him. The man formerly known
as get a championship. Huh? Zaza Pachulia got a championship with Golden State.
What does that got to do with Jameis Winston?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Anyway, man. But hold on, did you see the dude who, there's a meme going on with the girlfriend of one of the dudes who got drafted named CD Lamb.
Yeah.
For trying to steal his phone away. What'd you think of that, man? Like,
I thought that was pretty funny, man. What was that? Like, you know, was that his burner phone? Like, was that his, what was it? I don't know. You know,
it couldn't have been his burner phone. Cause
what did my man Kevin Gates say? I got one for the dogs and one for the girls. Or what did he say?
He said, I got 2 phones, one for the plug and one for the load.
That's it, one for the plug and one for the load. Yeah, which one was that? I was confused. I was really confused.
Bro, that couldn't have been a burner phone, because why would he put his burner phone out in the public where his girl would be able to see it? Isn't that phone supposed to be secret?
I
don't get it.
It's just a phone. It's just a phone.
All right, man.
Be his plug phone. He got one for the plugs. I'm sure plugs, if we translated plugs to NFL execs, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't hear anybody talking about that. It could have been NFL. He didn't want her to be on Instagram or wherever the hell she was trying to do, because somebody was trying to hit him up to draft him, right?
Exactly.
That's the biggest moment of his life, and she's trying to be on the phone that somebody trying to hit him up about. Man, come on.
Man, you gotta keep them smart people around you during them draft days, man.
You trying to say she's not smart?
I didn't say that, but that was not smart what she did.
I will agree with that.
I'm not saying she ain't smart, but that was not a smart decision.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get into some new music though, man. We've talked about the shenanigans long enough.
Yes, sir. Let's get into some new music.
Yeah. So we are back with our Watch the Throne segment, and with the first album that we have for you guys to review and discuss is DaBaby with his new album called Blame It On Baby. Yeah, I guess he's become the villain somehow. But what'd you think about this album, Q?
That's funny. You talked about the title right there, Blame It On Baby. What are we blaming on him? Are we blaming coronavirus on him? Or are we blaming, like, what?
I don't know. I had the same question.
You gotta blame something on you. I don't know. But
you had the answers, man. Come on.
But the thing is, the talk around town, the talk around the hood, what they was talking about in the hood, is that
wait. The hood or the hood?
They was talking about the hood.
There's two different hoods. Remember this.
Hood.
Okay, got it.
The hood.
I just wanted to make sure. It's very important.
It is important. It is important. Just like the streets. The streets and the hood, it's the same place. But word around town is that DaBaby couldn't switch his flow up. Word around town was that DaBaby kind of had like a one-dimensional sound to his music. And so I think what he wanted to do with this album was kind of show people that he's actually versatile. He can switch up his flows.
So good. I was like, I can't. I have it here.
So with the first album on the Watch the Throne segment, we have none other than DaBaby, aka Baby Jesus, aka whatever the hell he calls himself after the other AKAs. But he dropped a new album. Did you know that?
Yeah.
It was called Blame It On Baby, because apparently, he's the villain and he wants us to blame him for things. So what'd you think of the album, though?
Well, I mean, when you talk about Blame It On Baby, what are we blaming on? What are we blaming on? Is it the coronavirus? Is it like what? But anyway, we're around town, we're around the hood, in the streets.
Wait, the hood or the hood? Remember?
The hood.
Remember, like Ace Hood? Like, he established that there's two different hoods. Remember?
In the hood, in the streets. See, it's different.
I'm on board.
In the hood and street, you see random stuff in the hood, in the streets, but nothing random in the hood.
Yeah, you see random babies, like,
Exactly. Exactly.
Little babies and DaBabies. It's a bunch of little babies. It's a bunch of babies.
We on the same page there.
Absolutely.
Word around town is that DaBaby can't switch his flows up. That DaBaby is one-dimensional, and so with this album, I have a feeling that he wanted to show people that he's a versatile artist. He wanted to show people that he can rap over beats that are dynamic. He wanted to show people that he has different flows in his arsenal. He wanted to show people that he's a hit maker it's not a fluke. And so he was a man on a mission on this album. And so for me, here's the thing. When people choose to experiment, which that's what I think this is. I think this whole body of work is an experimental body of work. it can either go left or it can be something that makes you even more popular, makes you even more heralded. I don't know how I legitimately don't know how I feel about this album. Because in one sense, like on my first listen, I kind of felt like he was reaching, kind of felt like he was trying to do things so different that it just kind of came across as a little unauthentic. But then at the same time, you know, there's songs like Find My Way, where he completely switches up his flow. He hits us with a nice little melody. I'm like, yo, this might be the next step DaBaby needs to take to blow up even more. When it's all said and done, I think it's a solid body of work. Do I think it's better than his previous 2 albums? I think it's better than his second album. I don't think it's better than his first one. But, you know, it's funny. We always talk about, you know, you want the same old artist. We complain about artists changing up and switching up. You want the same old artist. And then when they finally decide to switch up, you're like, yo, we don't like this version of this artist. I think that's what's happening here. I think it's a different DaBaby. I'm not sure it's it's a version of DaBaby that I like, but it's different. And I think in due time, keep giving this album a shot. Pay attention to which singles he brings out, because I think it's something that's going to grow on you when it's all said and done.
Okay. Great. What would you give it, man? Come on, man. Pick wisely.
I'm going to give it a C. Not a C plus, not a C minus, a C, average. Though, like I said, he hit us with nice flows and he switched up his style a little bit. I just felt like the whole body of work was a little rushed, which I'm sure it was. It kind of came out of nowhere. And then also, when it's all said and done, I think the big issue is not DaBaby's flows. I think the big issue is DaBaby resorts to lyrics that are like just really generic. Like he doesn't step outside of the bully / I'm smashing your woman lyrical content realm. You know what I'm saying? If he can step outside of that, he could be one of the top artists in the game. He can be a top artist in the game. If he can just expand on his content, I think he can get better. And I personally don't think he expanded on his content on this album.
I'm not mad at that grade, man. And I guess for me, I'll start with the fact that, I'll be honest, I don't think I needed another body of work from him at this point. Like, you know, I feel like some artists, you know, they feel very obligated to kind of like keep their foot on the gas. And from an artist standpoint, I'm good with that, because that's I guess in music, because people have such short attention spans, it's a good strategy. So I'm not mad at the strategy, but I feel like sometimes the strategy can come off.
It can backfire.
Ineffective, right? Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like in this time, I didn't really need new music from him. Why did I say that? Because, I mean, he, like you said, to your point, right? He doesn't really have a wide variety of subject matters that he's kind of just exposed to us. You know, like when he's getting into his ignorant shit, I'm cool with that. I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. I love it, right? We had a conversation, I don't know, maybe one episode, maybe 2 episodes ago, where I had to retract my support for him being so ridiculous, right? Remember when he slapped that one girl in the club, right?
Yeah.
I was like, man, DaBaby has been one of my favorite artists because it almost seems like everything he does is just so authentic. And while that is a major part of music, you know, it can get a little bit tiring. So let me get into the review. As far as this album is concerned, it was kind of generic, man. It was kind of generic. I do believe it was a better album than his last one called Kirk. But going back to some of just the songs that I think he thrives at, which are songs like Rockstar, right, with Roddy Ricch. I think that's one of the better songs in this project. Also, a song called Talk About It, right? That's probably one of the better examples of him giving his opinion, giving us more than just the regular generic, I'm gonna slap you, I got 3 women, and, you know, I got them in the car. Like the regular stuff that we hear from him, he gave us a little bit more on Talk About It, but like not a whole lot. At a certain point, while I respect his grind, and I think it's dope, man, because he's keeping his foot on the gas, milking it. I just don't think this album was that good. Like it was average.
It rushed. It seemed rushed.
It was rushed. It was rushed, and it was kind of average to me. So I'll give it a C as well. I'm bordering C minus though. I'm bordering.
Bordering C minus.
Bordering, but I'm gonna give him a solid C. I'll give him a solid C.
And then it's so the question is this: is it the expectations has risen on him, and so you kind of grade him a little more harsh? Because in any given day, this is a unique album for your average artist. This would be considered a unique album. I mean, because he has, think about the song with him and Future, which I actually enjoy, Light Skin.
I don't like that song.
What?
I don't like that song, dog.
Are you American?
I promise you I don't like that song. My favorite songs, I'll give you mine. My favorite songs are Blame It on Baby, which is fire.
What? Okay, all right.
No. Here's why it's fire. It's because he, like, the production for it. Like, he gave us something different, at least from a damn song structure standpoint. Like, that was just different from him. I thought it was dope.
Different, but is different good?
Not always, and we'll get into that later. Right? You got an example, a perfect example of that.
Okay. Which, by the way,
yeah,
coronavirus, I think it affects your ear too. So you're crazy. The two songs you just named tells me you might have corona.
Dude, you're crazy for thinking Light Skin Shit is a good song. It's not good.
Like, good. You're talking about unique. So if you're gonna say Blame It on Baby is unique, that song is unique too.
No. I'm saying it's unique and good. I was just saying it was unique just to throw it in, like for icing on the cake. I actually think Blame It on Baby is a good song. Like, I like the song, personally.
To each his own.
But hey.
But to hell with your each.
Yeah, right. I only got 3 songs that's good.
To each your own.
Rockstar with Roddy Ricch. Then we got Blame It on Baby. And then I like the Talk About It. Those are the only 3 songs that I really like, to be honest with you.
So you didn't like Champion? I thought he spit hard on Champion. I thought that was like an acceptance speech song for him. You didn't like Nasty with Ashanti?
I thought that was
put up a legendary performance on that.
Legendarily good?
Legendary. I was going to say legendary.
Legendarily bad.
She sunk her heart out. Let me just put it that way.
I'll be honest. Megan Thee Stallion further proves why I'm scared of her on that song.
Oh, hell yeah. Megan Thee Stallion is a bully.
I'm scared of Megan, dog. Like, I don't want no parts. I don't want no romance with her.
I want no smoke. I want no smoke with Megan Thee Stallion. She is a bully. A boss bully.
I thought Ashanti was, the addition of Ashanti was decent, though. Like, I didn't think she destroyed the song. I thought it was
Why is it anytime somebody asks Ashanti to be on their album, she recycles? It's like, Ashanti, we want you to be on our song, but could you use a course that you did back in 2001? Like, I don't get it. Like, Ashanti's better than that.
Is she, though? This is probably proving that she's not better than that. I'm not saying that definitively. I'm saying that's probably to your argument. Like, why are people asking her to recycle so much? Maybe
I say we settle this with a damn contest, with them contests that they got. Ashanti versus who? Ashanti versus Lumi D or something? Ashanti versus, who's on Ashanti's lane?
Lil Mo? It's like, nah.
They both were on Ja's stuff.
I don't know who's on her lane, man. I'm not sure.
They both were on Ja's stuff. Christina Milian. Ooh.
Hell no, she don't got records.
She got records, dog.
does not have records like
between me and you, or whatever that song with her and Ja Rule, you can literally go Ja Rule feature for Ja Rule feature.
You might have the Rona. The Rona might be infecting your ability to reason. I'm not sure, man. Hey, let's move on though, because I give that album a C, man. I don't think it's that great. So,
I agree.
So anyway.
So the next album is a duo that I'm sure you love. Division, A Muse. What's the album called again? A Muse in Her Feelings.
Yes.
How you feel about that album, sir?
I will make this quick and concise because I can go on for days about Division.
Okay.
I think the album is great. I'll start with that. The reason why I think it's great is because I would say once again, Division manages to create lively music that is almost exactly what we need. Like, for whatever reason, whenever Division drops music, it's almost like there's a void. It's almost like they have a reservation.
That's a good point.
For music releases. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like people anticipate them. Maybe hot music is not dropping. I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of all of that. But they managed to just swoop in and, like, to me, steal the show of last week. I get it. DaBaby's a more anticipated artist from a commercial standpoint at this point. But if we're talking about real music, come on. Come on.
Well, historically, Division has been leaders in, like, innovative R&B music. Like, they've been the ones that have kind of taken what R&B music is great. Like, what makes R&B music great, they've taken it to the next level.
Exactly. And so that's where I'm glad you said that, because that's sort of where I was going with my review, right? Because when you start getting into the new era of R&B and where that's headed and what that sounds like and who's actually pushing the envelope forward, it's so amazing to see dudes out of Toronto, man. Like, your average person probably doesn't even really understand who Division is or even know what the hell they look like, but they managed to flip the switch this time around, right? Because on their first album, September 5th, which I maintain still to this day that might be a classic album.
Yeah.
I'm bordering on might because, we'll see how things land, but I feel like that has the trajectory of that. And then they had their second album, Morning After, which is more of a continuation on that R&B feel. But this album, they switched it up a little bit, right? Like, they gave us more of an up-tempo vibe where they still gave us that core R&B 90s, alternative R&B sound, but sprinkled in a little bit of EDM, a little bit of hip hop in a way, right? Where they had songs with Summer Walker called Flawless, Do It Well. Do It Well was part 3? Do Well was on September 5th. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention the 4-song stretch that they had on this project, which I thought was just amazing. They had Courtside with Jesse Reyes, which, by the way, when I first heard the song, I didn't think was amazing, but I thought after listening to the album once, it kind of fit in the album. But starting out with that and then getting into Miss Me, right, which kind of sounds like Trey Songz in a way, but old Trey Songz. I thought the song is really good. Then you get into No Crying, right? Like, these are all songs that normally, I should say historically, you would not associate with Division. But somehow they were able to get their footing in and make it their own. And I guess with that being said, with the versatility in this album, and them staying true to themselves, I'm gonna give this album about a B+. Like, this is a very strong album.
Ooh,
very, very strong album.
B+.
B+, man.
B+. Whoa.
I would argue there's maybe 2 songs I don't think are that good, but that's even a stretch. Because if anything, I would argue they're album filler songs, and they're not bad. but usually I'm used to Division song, all of them just hitting. I'm gonna give this album a B+, man. That's what I believe. What do you think?
Well, Division doesn't make bad music. They don't make bad, like even what you would consider a bad song is not a bad song for them. It's just an album filler, like you just said. They are outstanding. They're an outstanding R&B act. You know, sort of like DaBaby, right? What I said earlier. I said when you want to be experimental in music, it can go left or it can work to your advantage. I think in this case, it actually works to Division's advantage. Like you said earlier, their previous work was a lot more the definition of R&B, like a lot more smooth, a lot more focus on soul. You know, our guy Daniel Daly, he is an outstanding vocalist. I dare you to challenge him when it comes to reaching notes. I dare you to challenge him when it comes to melodies. I dare you to challenge him when it comes to just expressing yourself through singing. Like, you know, that's something that people don't talk about much. Like, for singers, what makes them great is they can express exactly how they feel when they start singing. And I think Daniel Daly is as good as anybody doing that. But with that being said, on this album, it's very versatile. It's experimental. Daniel Daly still stays true to who he is. He's still soulful. He's still a dude that kind of straddles the line between heartbreaker and romantic perfectly. I think he stays true to himself on this album. He doesn't switch up much. Mm-hmm. Now, 1985, the producer, which, by the way, guys, Division is made of two people, 1985 and Daniel Daly. I didn't know that, because remember the first time I talked to you about Division, I said, yo, he is so dope. That dude, Division, is so tight. Who is this guy? You're like, it's a duo. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But anyway.
You only hear one person the entire time. Right?
You think it's one person. So 1985 and Daniel Daly. I think Daniel Daly stays true to himself on this album. He doesn't do anything drastically different on this album, but it's 1985 that gets challenged. He hits us with beats that are club beats. He hits us with soulful beats. Even Dangerous City. Dangerous City is like a mix between some island stuff and some like, you know, like some just radio stuff, you know?
It just works, man.
It works. It works. And so I think it's a body of work that should tell people that don't stay stagnant in your craft. You should want growth.
Yes.
You should want growth from an artist. Like Division is showing you that they're trying to grow. They're trying to put themselves in uncomfortable situations. This is something that should be embraced. And so for those of y'all that are big fans of Division, give this album some time. And if you need to, just tell yourself Trey Songz made it. Feel better about yourself. But to close it out, my top 5 songs on this album is, to me, easily, A Muse is the best song on this album. A Muse. It's unbelievable.
Bro, sorry. You know what? Go ahead. Go give your top 5. Then I'm gonna give you some songs that were amazing. But go ahead.
Okay, A Muse to me is unbelievable. The way they added the whole Usher, nice and slow sample in there is genius.
Oh wait, no. That was Between Us. That was what they did that on. That was
Between Us. My bad.
No, that was a different sample. You talking about
that was Between Us with Snow Allegra. Sorry.
They use on
A Muse is the one that got sorry. My bad. A Muse is the one that has Lonnie Liston Smith sample, A Garden of Peace. That one.
Yes.
Which is, you know, I believe it's a Jay-Z sample too.
Yeah, it is.
They used it. I'm out for presidents to represent me. They used that sample, Dead President. Yes. So that's my favorite song on the album. And then second is Between Us, the one that they used, the Usher Nice and Slow sample, Snow Allegra. 2 really good R&B acts in Snow Allegra and Division. No Crying with Future. I think that's a great song.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. Okay, I'll tell you my fifth. My fifth is Miss Me. That's the joint that sounds like Trey Songz made it. I like that joint. Maybe because we used to run "Put My Number in Your Phone" by Trey Songz back in college. This kind of gave me flashbacks to that. And it also gave me flashbacks to the joint with Soulja Boy, Gucci Mane, and Trey Songz.
LOL smiley face?
LOL smiley face. It kind of gave me flashbacks to that. And here's the kicker, Outlandish.
Okay.
Outlandish is a top 5 song on this album. Tell me otherwise. If I'm lying, then I'm frying.
I don't know if it is, though. I don't know if it is.
It's a top 5.
I don't know if it is. You know, I got some sleepers for you that I would say when I first heard the album, it didn't blow me away, but the more I listened, I was like, whoa. The very last song on this album with that random person, I've never heard of her. Her name is Chantel May. That song called Again.
I know Chantel.
Unbelievable song. Unbelievable.
Okay.
And this is the thing about Division that I want to say in closing, because, you know, we got some more music to talk about. Like, for whatever reason, they have mastered the ability to open and close an album. Like, they know, like, I'm talking about the production with the songwriting. Just listen to the song, listen to the album when it starts. It just opens up so beautifully and it ends so beautifully every single time. I've noticed that about them. But hey, if you guys like this album, if you think it's great, let us know why. If you don't think it's great, let us know why too. Hey, Q, real quick, what'd you give the grade? Or what would you give the album, grade-wise?
I give it a B. I give it a solid B. I wasn't 100% blown away by it, but it's good. I mean, like I said, Division makes good music, but I wasn't blown away.
All right, I feel you. On that note, I think we should move on.
I believe so too.
Next album on the list, we got NBA Youngboy / Never Broke Again, which, hey, he's become quite the star. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna say this right now, man. Before I toss it to you, I never, in my wildest imagination, would have thought that NBA Youngboy was gonna be such a big artist, and he's kind of still underground in a way. At the same exact time,
yeah, because he's crazy.
He dropped a new album called 38 Baby 2. What'd you think of this, man?
So, NBA Youngboy is crazy. I just want to start off by saying that. Right now, he's going through quite a lot of stuff. He's dating Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Yaya Mayweather. They got an interesting relationship, let's just put it that way. He's openly talked about, like, just, you know, depression and things like that.
Yeah.
And then he, right now, is beefing with Kodak Black and Jack Boy and Jada Youngin and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot going on in Youngboy's life. And he's only 20 years old. Do you know that? He's only 20 years old.
I do.
20. So you're talking about you didn't know he was going to become this artist that he is? This was probably you making that projection when he was like 17. You know, they're like 16, 17 years old. To me, he's crazy. But, like, I mean that in an endearing way. Like, he's crazy. He got screw loose, but he kind of embraces it, right? And so he's been making a lot of music as of late, right? It seems like every other month he comes out with a new album, a new EP, new mixtape, something. So you're always listening to him. So when I first heard a mixtape by him, I was blown away. Like, I think he has a good ear for music. Like, not necessarily is he a great singer, not necessarily is he a great rapper, but he knows how to harmonize. He knows how to get lost in the instrumentals that he chooses to rap and sing over. But the more and more he's been dropping projects, the more and more I've been less impressed with what he's been able to do. Just because, you know, like, a lot of his music sounds the same, right? He doesn't really step outside of the box from that whole trap soulful sound. And there's only so much violent music I can listen to before my brain starts to say, bruh, like, do something productive with your life. There's only so many times I can listen to somebody say, I'm gonna shut some people up. Like, he says it, every single song, he shot at least 9 people.
I think the number got to go up. He shot more than 9 people.
How do you have that many enemies? Like, look, can we do the math? So if he shot up 9 people, right? What does that leave him with? Like 20 more enemies, right? But then on the next song, he shot 3 more people up. What does that leave him with?
Hey,
7, 8 more ops?
I'll give you this as a tidbit of information. His nickname is 38 baby. You know, a 38 is a 38 caliber. Like, he's talking about a gun. Like, he's a 38 baby. Like, he carries around 38 caliber weapons. So, but whatever. I think he knows, and we all know he's about the gun life, right? We kind of know what to expect from him. But carry on.
Sorry. So with that being said, with everything I just said,
yeah,
38 Baby 2 was no different than all his other projects. Like, I literally, if you were to play all of his projects right now and tell me which album do you think it came from, like any song you play, I would not be able to tell you. I cannot decipher from the last 4 projects that he's made. All the songs kind of sound the same. And so, I don't know, I think I'm getting NBA Youngboy fatigue. I just don't feel his music as much as I did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with me. Maybe I ain't gangsta. I don't know what it is. So with that being said, I don't think this project is bad. If this was the first Youngboy Never Broke Again album that I heard in my life, I would probably say it's okay. But it's not. So I would probably give it like a C.
Okay. Yeah, man. You said a lot. But you were on point though. I gotta give you your flowers, man. Cause
Thank you. Wow.
I gotta give you flowers, man. You were on point. That was a very, very accurate review of who he is as an artist and what this new album is, right? So without trying to say exactly what you said, because I do feel the exact same way, it's hard for me to like really grasp who NBA Youngboy is as an artist, right? Like, there's not a whole lot of artists that make me feel old. I'm dead ass. Like, there's just not a whole lot. Like, I mean, you and I, man, we listen to all of these dudes, right? From Lil Pump to Smoke Perp to
Burner.
Like, literally go down. Burner's old though, right?
That's true. He's old. All right.
He's just bad.
Lil Skies. How about that? There you go.
Lil Sky. There's a bunch of dudes, right? Like, but my point is, there's not a whole lot of people that make me feel old. Youngboy is one of them dudes that makes me feel that way. And it's not because of the type of music that he makes, because, yeah, he's trap soul, whatever you want to call that genre he does. He's in touch with his emotions. He's dangerous. He's aggressive. He seems like one of them dudes that, like, if you're on his side, he will ride for you. He'll go further than you would go in your own beef, right? Like, if you got a problem with somebody that you have a problem with, he'll be like, hey, don't worry about that, bro. I got it. Like, what? Why are you fighting my battles?
Nah, he seemed like the type of person that would have beef with himself.
Facts. Hell yeah.
He about to get an altercation with himself. That's the type of person that he is.
How you get? Hell yeah. But with that being said, you're right, man. His music sounds very, very similar, and I guess where I'm going with that is it's hard for me to understand the craze behind the Youngboy movement, Like, I see why people rock with him. I see it. But when I look at the music, man, it just doesn't stand out from the last one. I'll put it like this. I think he would benefit a hell of a lot than a lot of these dudes, these other younger dudes, from
a hiatus?
From his, maybe not, because, you know, hey, listen, you got to keep dropping music. But if he had an executive producer, somebody to actually pick his music, like tell him, hey, I need you to go over these type of beats because we want this project to sound like this. So go do that. I just feel like he's picking his own stuff. Like, nobody's really, everything's sounding the same. I feel like that's a problem. That's his biggest problem. It's not that he's aggressive. It's not that he's crazy, even though that's a problem. But we talking about music, right? There's a lot of.
I like his crazy.
Yeah, it's good. Gucci Mane was crazy for how long? Like, it's a lot of dudes who's crazy, but in the music, it sounds great. If he had an executive producer, somebody to help him craft the music, I think his music would sound much, much more. It would be much more impactful. I'll put it like that.
I agree.
Much more impactful. But I do like his sound. I like his pain. I like everything that he brings to the table, even the shooting people on songs. Call me crazy. If that's his truth, go for it. Say what you got to say. In closing, the intro to this album called About My Business with his mom.
That was his mom, right? That was crazy, right?
Unbelievable song. I thought that song was great.
It was tight. It was
great. It was a great song.
It was tight.
Mom rapping. I got chills listening to it. Like, whoa.
Tight.
His mom talking about, hey, don't mess with my son or he'll shoot you. How does the mom say that type of shit?
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is
Yo,
shout out his mom. That shot. Wow. What's your grade?
Decent album. I'll give it a C-.
Okay, I give it pretty much the same, C-.
It's bordering bad, but I think the music is, unfortunately, like, again, it's hard to pick out song for song, but the music on its own, it's not bad music. It's just not. Like, I would be lying to y'all if I said that he makes bad music. I don't think he does. I think he makes good music. Mm-hmm. He can go to another level. He can.
I think so too. But he's still young. What he's been able to accomplish up until now has been very impressive.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yes, sir. So let's move on though.
All right. Our next album comes from the guy that I personally think is better than Wale. Remember that argument?
Yo, you really?
I'm just joking.
Bring that back to the forefront?
I lost that argument, by the way. Wiz Khalifa. He dropped the Saga of Wiz Khalifa. What do you think about that album?
Yeah, man. It was a very short project. I think it was like 7 or 8 songs, right?
Yeah.
Wiz is one of those OGs that I think he's primed for like a Snoop Dogg type career. Like, he has that type of longevity that I see him 20 years from now still being relevant because of his personality, right?
Yeah.
Like, just his whole being, his whole aura. He's such a positive type dude that he's always going to be able to drop music, I feel. And he always has an ear for just relevant production and relevant music, right? Like, he never has that feeling in his music that makes me think that he's dated or he's lost a step or he shouldn't be making music, right? He doesn't overload us too much or he doesn't underdeliver. And plus, come on, if there's any person in the history of the world that is an active rapper, active musician that has the right to drop music on 4/20, April 20, every single year, it is Wiz Khalifa.
Yes, sir.
His day.
That's facts.
I've never seen anybody brand themselves so perfectly, besides Gucci Mane with 1017. I don't know why that's so tight to me, but like, you know, for him to have the October 17 day every year, even though he overloads us with music, I think it's tight, but that's besides the point. Wiz Khalifa, though, dropped this new project, and it was good. I'll put it like that. I wasn't blown away. I didn't think it was amazing. But what I will say is that he was able to give us a couple of songs that were really good. I like the song with Tyga. It's a cool little club joint. I mean, I'm not overplaying it, but it's cool.
That was one of the better songs on the EP.
Yeah, Contact. I wasn't really that much of a fan of the song with him and DJ Mustard. I thought it was all right.
Really? I like that.
Right. You like that joint?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I'm not gonna lie.
I liked it.
I loved the song with Quavo. Loved it.
Okay.
Loved it. I thought, Quavo gave us the normal Quavo, but he didn't mail in his verse. He actually tried. I felt.
What type of drugs are you on? Just let us know. I won't tell anybody.
Hey, we're on record right now. I can't tell you what pharmaceuticals that I've taken in my life, but whatever. No, I don't have an issue. By the way, I like the last song too. Surprisingly, with Logic, I didn't love it. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. Overall, I think this project it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna always be here for new Wiz. I'll be one of those people, to be honest with you. Because he makes music that's good. I mean, he doesn't always blow me away with his music, but he makes good music. So I think this fits in with the normal Wiz projects. I'm gonna give this project about a C. It's bordering a C plus, bordering. But I'm gonna give it a C though. It's a strong C. I don't love it though. I don't love the project, but I do think it's good.
Okay, I'm gonna go from a different angle. I respect your opinion. I'm gonna go from a different angle with this.
Okay.
Wiz Khalifa is no longer an A-list rapper, right? I think at a certain point, Wiz Khalifa was an A-list rapper. Then he kind of do you agree with that, or
100%?
He was an A-list rapper, right?
He was He was an A-list rapper for a long time. I would give him like
A-list rapper, right? Yeah.
3-year stretch, three to four actually.
Yeah, A-list rapper, somebody that I wouldn't be surprised if he performed at the Super Bowl with somebody, or like his records getting major play on radio. He then regressed to B-list, right? I would say he was a B-list rapper when he started dropping, when he dropped that song with Travis Scott. Remember that joint with Travis Scott?
Not on Rolling Papers 2, but shit.
That it took from G-Eazy's song with Kamaya.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but yeah.
But I'll keep going. So at that point, he was a B-list rapper, right?
All right.
Right now, I would call him a C-list rapper. He drops albums that don't get buzz as much.
Yeah.
His singles aren't hitting with people. Like, he's not in the club as much as he was back then. He's not getting on the radio at all. And so as a C-list rapper, I think it's a situation where I think he still thinks he's an A-list rapper, but he is a C-list rapper right now. And so I don't think he's doing what he used to do well on his music. Like, if you notice on this album, he doesn't get into his melodic bag at all. Wiz Khalifa, in the past, what made him such a great artist was he used to sing. He used to hit us with some sick-ass melodies.
On the hooks. He would definitely give us a hook with a melody, like we sing.
A hook with a melody. That's
Wiz to me. That's vintage Wiz.
He don't do it no more. So what I think he does is what I would call the regressed rapper approach to making music, where it's like, yo, I'm going to put a whole bunch of features on this EP, and people are going to like it just because it has a lot of features on it. Like, to me, every single song on this album, I think excluding Bammer, has a feature on it, right? Why You Mad has Megan Thee Stallion and Ty Dolla $ign. Out in Space has Quavo. Still Wiz doesn't have a feature. Still Wiz is just
so two songs.
And you can argue that Bammer is featuring Mustard. But anyway, I think that he's kind of lost what he's great at. So with that being said, I don't think this is a bad album, but I can see that he's trying to get people's attention by doing gimmicks, like putting way too many features, putting club bangers that just sound like something that you try to make a club bang. Like, I like Why You Mad. I like the song, but it sounds like a generic club banger that it sounds what's the word that we always use?
What are you trying to say? It's average? Like it's not
it sounds like Ty Dolla $ign emailed his part, Megan Thee Stallion emailed her part, Wiz Khalifa did his part, they put it together. It just sounds like something that was just...
You're saying it doesn't sound organic. Like it sounds
It don't sound organic.
Like they almost like they emailed the song back over.
Yeah, like meld in. I guess you can call it meld in type of performance. You know, and I think that majority of the songs on this album are kind of like meld in performances. So if you don't care, if you're one of those people that just like hits, you're gonna like the album. But somebody that digs a little deeper into music kind of feels like meld in efforts. So I give the album a C. C minus C.
So we on the same page for the most part. I mean, maybe not in the justification, but in the grade itself. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I think all of your points are valid. And the thing is, like, you're right. He's not an A-list. He's not a B-lister. You would argue if he's even a C-lister at this point. But to my point earlier, I feel like he's no longer even in that running. Like he's not even his career path. Like he's so well respected to me personally. Like when I hear people talk about him, and even how I feel about him, I feel like he's created his own lane, and he's just Wiz. At this point he can do whatever he wants for the next 10 years.
But that's been for me, that's the problem with his artistry.
But the thing is, are we gonna act like Wiz he didn't have a hell of a run? Like he's had a run.
He did. But right now
So like at a certain point, you're not gonna be dominated. Like, for example, Drake. Drake was dominating for 10 years, right? I remember you came on this podcast after he dropped one song, I can't remember, and you were like, man, like one of your ill-advised thoughts was, man, you know, I think this might be the end of Drake's run, right? What we considered his run, right? Mm-hmm. You argued that, and I'm not even gonna say you were wrong. I thought you had a valid point at that time. My point is, you can be done with your run that you were on that gave you that name that we know of today, but still be kind of lingering in the background, and you might catch one here and there, but like you're no longer moving the needle at all. Wiz is kind of that guy. Like he's not going to move the needle ever again to me.
But you see, here's the thing. So my thing is, yes, you're absolutely right. But then the question is, how do you approach making music? Are you approaching making music as a humbled C-lister? Or are you going to get hungry and try to get back to A-list? Or you're going to just kind of like drop music that you think people are going to like? I think even though I said Drake is not, you know, he's not going to be the person. Right now, he's not making hits like he used to. He's still following a formula that's staying true to himself. The formula Wiz Khalifa is dropping right now, I don't think it's staying true to who he is as an artist. I don't think it's highlighting what he does best. What he did best, still to this day, Kush and Orange Juice is his best body of work to date. To this day, Kush and Orange Juice is his best body of work.
His best. Speaking of Kush and Orange Juice, it was the 10-year anniversary like a week ago.
Yeah.
That was a big out. It's a classic
mixtape. It's a fantastic mixtape. But think about why it was fantastic. He did all the hooks by himself. He did all the raps by himself. He had a formula of the type of music that he was making that was just hitting with people. And I get it. I'm kind of being a hypocrite because I said you want your artists to grow. I get it. But you want them to grow organically. I don't think Wiz Khalifa is growing organically anymore. I think he's searching for hits. And I just personally don't think he's the type of person that should be searching for hits, personally. Because it sounds like you reaching. But when it's all said and done, though, if Wiz Khalifa hangs it all up right now, he's a Hall of Fame rapper. He's one of the better rappers of our generation. So
he's a Hall of Famer. Okay, if we're equating this to sports, he's not a first ballot.
He's like Mitch Richmond.
Was he in the Hall of Fame?
Mitch Richmond, I believe, is in the Hall of Fame.
Hell no. Wait, there's no way he's in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Mitch Richmond, I believe.
Mitch Richmond is in the Hall of Fame?
I believe so.
I don't believe that.
Let's check our sources.
Yeah, I got to check this now. But he's not a first ballot. I give him a second or a third, maybe second. He's well respected, I'm telling you. So with that being said, you know what? We're on the same page, man. We can debate all day. I want to hear what you guys have to say, though. Like, do you guys think that Wiz could ever regain the feeling that we know of?
That was deep.
Is it possible?
Brother, why did you get so deep?
Because it bothers me.
Is this Ill-Advised Wise Guys or Unsolved Mysteries?
Both. You know what? We should get a sponsorship from them, man. They should sponsor our Ill-Advised Thoughts section.
Unsolved Mysteries?
Wouldn't that be dope?
Unsolved Mysteries.
Dude.
You mean the show that's been discontinued from 30 years ago?
Okay. Throw in 60 minutes. Give me any show. Hey, listen, we'll take a sponsorship from something that requires some type of thought. How about that?
Dateline? Thought or thought? Come on, man. Stop it. Your damn accents.
I said thought.
Some type of thought? Okay. Huh?
You're hearing what you want to hear. That's on you. Anyway, man. That concludes it. 3.
For our next segment, we got the ill and the not so advised. Our first song is Juice WRLD, Righteous. What you think about this song?
Man, what do I think about this, man? First and foremost, rest in peace to Juice WRLD. Such a tragic ending to what I thought was stacking up to be one of the more outstanding careers from like a younger artist, younger rapper that I've seen in a while. Like the momentum he had in that 1.5 year stretch where he was like really, really popping. I haven't seen nothing like that in a while. But when it comes to this song called Righteous, man, unfortunately I'll say this, but what a fitting way to kind of recap or summarize Juice WRLD's life, right? Like not only as an artist, but also, you know, we talked a lot offline about the authenticity in music of artists and them giving themselves to us in the music, right? Good or bad, right? It can be raw, it can be uncut, it can be righteous, it can be heavenly, you can call it whatever. This was a guy who had a lot of demons. And he battled with them, and unfortunately he lost. On this song, Righteous, man, this is one of those songs that's gonna hit you. If you were a Juice WRLD fan, it's gonna hit you. It's gonna make you get in your feelings. Remember all the great music that he was able to produce, the potential that he was able to have. If you're somebody who didn't listen to him at all, you might listen to this like very curious, with a curious ear, and say, "Wow, like this is the guy who died from like." You know, accidental overdose and that whole tragic situation. And this song is talking exactly about all of that. So it's a very, very interesting listen. I'll say that because of not only the authentic side of what happened in his real life, but also how the song is just, in general, the song is just great. This is a great song. I played this song, I think I'm going on about 65 plays probably. Yeah, man. Bro.
You ain't got no day job? Actually,
bro.
Nobody.
Hey, we all at home. My day job is also my after hour job. It's the same job to me.
Which both are not jobs, but I get where you're coming from.
I promise you I'm not getting paid to listen to Juice WRLD songs. But this song is fire, man. I like it. What'd you think?
Okay. I'm gonna come from a different angle. I like it. if you notice. So you mentioned something. You said Juice WRLD was looking like he was going to be an outstanding artist just based off his trajectory.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb. He could have gone down as one of the greatest artists of all time, right? And this is the reason why. I think the way that he blended hip hop with rock with pop was, I don't think there's anybody in the game right now. I don't even think there's anybody in the game in the history of music that were able to blend it the way he was able to blend it in his music. I know that's a stretch. I know that's saying a lot. I know there's people that are going to be like, yo, nah, what about Run DMC, blah, 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 blah. No, he does it so well. He blends it so well. You know how with alcohol, there's some bartenders that know how to put alcohol, they know how to blend juice and alcohol, the right blend where you don't taste the alcohol as much. That's kind of how Juice WRLD is with music. Knows how to blend hip-hop with rock, but you don't taste too much rock. You don't taste too much hip-hop. You literally can listen to Righteous and not even notice that you're listening to something that has rock vibes attached to it. I think that is so outstanding about his artistry. Him as a musician. He was able to do that with Lucid World. He was able to do that with
Lucid Dreams.
Girls.
All of them. All of them.
Like,
all of them.
That to me is a talent that is unbelievable. And I believe that's why he was getting his music on Billboard charts.
Yeah.
After, like, just continuously. Everything he did. He has a reach.
And Juice WRLD on I've said this a few times, I really believe this, man. Anytime he raps over a guitar, if you go back and listen to every song he's ever put out,
it's sick.
The songs that are like complete slappers, he's usually rapping over a guitar of some sort.
It's sick.
Something with that rock blend with the hip hop you're talking about, right? It just works.
Yeah. And then, you know, the cherry on the top is that he's able to open up in ways that is like stunning. I know it sucks that he's died. He's passed away from overdose. Something that in his music he continuously talks about, you know, abusing drugs, being depressed, which he talks about on this song. That just adds this level of riveting vibes to his music. So his music is unique. It blends genres together and it has riveting lyrics attached to it. Like, it's the definition of good music. So I love this joint.
Yeah.
5 stars. 5 stars, man.
Absolutely, man. But let's move on. Next song. Travis Scott and Kid Cudi dropped a song called The Scotts. Whoa, what a duo, man. What'd you think of this?
Oh, man. Travis Scott and Kid Cudi. You told me something that I did not know. I did not know that Travis Scott, the Scott in his name came from Kid Cudi, Scott Mescudi. I did not know that. You told me that.
Yep.
I give you all the credit in the world for that.
Thank you, sir.
I think it's obvious that Travis Scott has like some Kid Cudi influence in him. You can kind of tell with some of the melodies that he tries to place in his music. You can tell based off his swag when it comes to singing. It's a lot of Kid Cudi in him. So I think Travis Scott and Kid Cudi, they just have a natural chemistry just because they're very similar. With that being said, you know, I thought this song was okay. I didn't think the song was great. I didn't think the song was something that I'm going to play out. I'm not going to play it 65 times like you played Righteous. Hell no.
I would hope not.
But, you know, personally, I like Kid Cudi when he's singing more than he's rapping. And I thought he was rapping on here. They both rapping on there. But, I mean, it's okay. I guess it's all right. It's all right.
You know what? I'm with you, man. I'm with you. You know, although I provided, you know, that fact that, you know, and I didn't make this up. I mean, this was something that Travis Scott's been talking about. Like, since he, you know, came out on the scene, he's always talked about his Kid Cudi influences. So, I mean, from a nostalgic standpoint, this is a great offering, right? Just to see these two dudes who have, one in Kid Cudi, who's ascended into what I believe is legendary, iconic status. Even if he never gets that credit from the masses, that's how I feel. I believe Kid Cudi is a fucking icon. He's the root of, one of the main roots of what has shaped the 2000s, the 2010s, I should say, of hip hop. From a Travis Scott, from a Drake, from a Kanye West even. He has influenced a whole lot of people. So just to hear him on a song with Travis Scott is very nostalgic. I agree. I feel like this song is okay. Like, I'm not one to hear, I'm not really here for the Kid Cudi raps. I don't think he's a great rapper. I've never really liked him as a rapper. Not saying he's horrible. He just goes into a whole nother echelon when he starts harmonizing and he starts humming.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's on his
Kid Cudi hum, and like, you've made my day.
yeah.
He gets on his. He didn't hum that one time on this song.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't. It was a tough ass song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to hear that. I don't think I want to hear tough ass, but I'm just glad he's back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He came back to save 2020.
Hopefully. And you know what? You might be right, because the next song that he dropped a solo song called Leaders of the Delinquents. Now, this gave me Kid Cudi old school vibes. I don't know about you. This gave me Mr. Rager, Man on the Moon. Like, not saying that it would fit on that action.
It was a kid named Cudi. That's what it gave me. That mixtape. Remember that joint?
That was a great mixtape. But see, that was one of those, I feel like A Kid Named Cudi, that might have been the first Kid Cudi project that I heard, like, ever.
It was.
Yeah. But I feel like that was so underground that by the time that he got to Man on the Moon status and like Mr. Rager, like that whole, like, he was kind of like in the mainstream a little bit, right?
Yeah, he got to the mainstream. He had Day and Night.
Yeah, like, this song to me fits more of the Man on the Moon style, where like he's in his element, but like I don't think that he like was in his complete arsenal.
So you talking like Simple As, this kind of
I'm
like
talking
that.
about like Erase Me, you know.
Race. Oh, that's Man on the Moon too.
But like it was on that project, but I thought that was vintage Cudi. Like that Erase Me is like the weirdo Cudi. I want to hear something that reminds me that
Weirdo Cudi is great.
he stands above the norm, right? That's usually when Cudi is shining. This song is really good though.
When Cudi is rebellious, like against the norm.
Yeah, exactly.
He's at his best. I thought this was killer rapper Cudi. I actually kind of disagree with you. I think this is like underground mixtape Cudi. Where,
You think so? Okay.
You know, them random times where he just starts rapping, sounding like your typical rap bully. That's what this sounded like. It was good. I thought it was good. If you're a Kid Cudi fan,
Yeah.
you only like it. I don't think somebody that isn't a Kid Cudi fan would understand why it's so great, but it was definitely dope. And I kind of did. I am a little bit of a hypocrite because I just said I'd rather hear him sing. He's rapping on the majority of this song, but it's all good. It don't matter.
He didn't give us a hum though. I don't believe he hummed on this song either. He might have though.
I think
He had Kid Cudi is the humming god. I've never heard an artist hum and it made the song amazing. I've never heard that.
And then sometimes he'll hum and then.
So I told you this last night, but I went a rabbit hole with Kid Cudi research for whatever reason, and it just dawned on me, man, that I think part of the reason why Kid Cudi is so revered is he doesn't even make I don't even call what he does songs. Like I don't call it a song. I call what he does like a mantra. He makes like music that's an experience. Like it just like I just don't call it a song. It's so much more than that with him. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
I don't know if that's how you feel, but that's how I feel.
That's deep, and I think that's crazy. But I
Thank you.
get where you're coming from.
Thank you, man. You know,
I get where you're coming from, young sir.
Hey, I'm always called crazy, and then later on, I'm giving props.
And then later on, you're called not so crazy. But
you'll come around to that. Trust me.
We'll see. Next song is French Montana. That's a fact. How you feel about that joint?
I think That's a fact it's a good song, man. I'm not.
That's a fact. It's a good song. That's a fact. Sorry.
I'm not used to French Montana giving me these type of like, this is a different style, man. Let's just call it what it is, right? Like he's riding the Brooklyn drill, the Brooklyn grime wave. Like he's picking up where Pop Smoke left off, and French Montana wasn't even a Brooklyn grime artist. Like where did this come from? That's my bigger question.
Everybody's trying their hand at grime and drill. What are you talking about? Rich the Kid got a drill song.
It's a damn shame, man. I saw this artist out of UK. I cannot remember his name right now. It might have been Wiley, but there was a dude who was doing an Instagram live. He's somebody that's like popping though.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
What's his name?
That was gonna be my ill-advised thoughts, brother.
All right. You know what? I'll say it.
Who you're talking about?
But anyway, all right. I'll stop then because I don't want to give it away. But the point is, it's a good song. It's different from French Montana. I'm not used to this sound, and I'll leave it at that. I wasn't amazed by it, but I thought it was okay. I thought it was good.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Take my ill-advised thought. It was Fredo. Fredo.
Yeah, exactly.
UK. He said. He said he had the weed. He said
he was.
All these rappers taking the UK drill sound.
He was pissed.
I'm a rob them when they come here. I was like, oh,
like you're gonna have to wait until next year because
whoa,
quarantining. But so you're gonna come to the UK to get robbed with someone because in the UK they can't carry guns, right?
I heard that.
There's using swords out there, like stabbing everybody. Like imagine going to the UK and getting robbed with somebody with a sword. Give me all your money, and then, you know how in the movies, like when they bring out the sword from the hip, give me all your money.
Oh, you're looking like Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But yeah, I mean, I legitimately think he said that because he heard French Montana do That's a Fact. It's fact. Because it was like 5 days before that song came, or after that song came out. He came out with it.
Wait, are you sure that's a fact though?
That's a fact.
Are you sure?
All right, that's a opinion.
Because he might have been talking about Fabio Foreign. Who knows?
He ain't talking about Fabio. He mentioned Pop Smoke. He said, "Yo, all these rappers that I ran into were all scared. They're all shook." Except Pop Smoke. I was like, okay.
He did say that. That's true.
I was like, all right. Who did he run into?
It's funny how they gave him.
Who did he run into?
Who?
Your boy from the UK, Fredo. Who did he run into? I'm curious.
Shit, apparently he ran into Pop Smoke because.
Like you say, it was a pleasant meeting.
If he said except for Pop Smoke, that means that he saw him and was like, okay, respect.
Okay, so I mess with Fredo. I think Fredo is dope. And I actually think UK rappers are actually dope.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But if he's gonna say that, here's my only beef with his statement. You gotta name some names. If you're gonna talk that smoke, you gotta name some names.
It's not necessary.
You don't gotta call out the big names. Just say like, yo, man, I ran into Lil Tecca. Go ahead, just say somebody. Just say somebody. You gotta name names. You can't say all the rappers I ran into was scared. Nah.
I feel you, but I don't know, man. I didn't take it that seriously because I just thought
he said, "What you mean he don't take it seriously?" He said "F America." Literally said "F America."
That's why I didn't take it seriously. What the hell do you mean "F America"? So he doesn't plan to come here ever in life? No, come on. I don't believe that. I think he's trying to get on internationally. He would probably love to come to America and do a
Of
show.
course, he's been to America.
What do you mean, fuck America? What is he talking about? I think he was just high, dog. You saw his big ass blunt in his hand. Come on.
Maybe.
Well, let's move on, man.
I didn't give you my opinion on that's a fact. That's a fact that I didn't give you an opinion on. That's a fact. I think it's tight. You know the thing about drill music, you gotta swag your way on it. Like Pop Smoke and Fabio Foreign aren't the greatest rappers or weren't the greatest rappers, but they had swag. When they hop on those drill beats, they just swagged their way out. Like swag their way to the finish line. I think French Montana is a swag rapper, so it worked. Think about it. French Montana, right? Fabio, Pop Smoke, Rich the Kid, 4 rappers that just got swag. You gotta have swag to hop on that.
You're right, man. You're right. Let's move on though. Next song, Isaiah Rashad dropped a song called "Why Worry." You heard this, right? Of course. Did you not? You didn't love it, right?
I have 0 opinions on it, so I'm just gonna let you talk about it.
I'll do it then, man. So I thought Isaiah Rashad new song. I thought it was pretty good, man. I think he actually is one of those rappers that he just always is so aggressive. Like I don't know what the urgency is when he raps. It just sounds like he's trying to save someone's life. He is under the gun every single time he raps. And like, I love the urgency. I love it. So the fact that we haven't heard from this man in about 3-4 years, I guess, since his last album, it was a nice, pleasant surprise to hear a new song from this man. And like I said, you can't go wrong with Isaiah Rashad, man. That's all I got to say. It's a good song.
Man, this is a homage. This is a homage pick by you. I did not put this song on here.
What is homage?
I did not put this song in advised. Wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I don't have no
in the shower.
either.
It wasn't me.
It's a good song. It's like, you can't act like it's not a good song.
Here's the back.
Really good, actually.
Not to be on our advice.
Bro, you're not. I know you're not talking. We have put songs on here that I don't agree with. So let's not do that.
Come on, but come on.
What are we doing?
Come on, Shimon, Michael.
Come on, man.
Come on, Skip. Come on, Skip.
Skip. Don't. Hey, Q. Don't do that. Don't you do that. Now, Q. Now you know. You're right.
So here's the thing. TDE this week had TDE Appreciation Week, right?
Yes.
So a couple of their role players, I would say, dropped songs. Ab-Soul, Zakari.
Hey, you already disrespect.
What disrespect?
Role players?
See, you didn't get me in trouble.
Players?
You didn't get me in trouble. I'm saying role.
I'm fucking with you. You're right. They are role players.
Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q.
Definitely role players.
Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy Q are probably like their 1-2 punch. And then they got some very valuable role players.
No. SZA.
Yeah, SZA is that third option. It's a 3. Big 3.
So SZA's Kyle Kuzma?
They got a big 3. SZA is, yeah, maybe Kyle Kuzma. Or maybe SZA is more like.
I think SZA's Anthony Davis, bro. Like, she's a heavy hitter. SZA?
Not for what they do. Schoolboy Q and Kendrick Lamar. SZA's capable of dropping 60. Okay.
But when you say
Kevin Durant, okay.
I understand what you're saying.
Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. All right. Kevin Durant is clearly Kendrick Lamar. Steph Curry is probably Schoolboy Q. Klay Thompson is SZA. Now, Klay Thompson doesn't average as much as Curry and Kevin Durant, but Klay Thompson's capable of giving you 60 points easily. That's what SZA is to me.
But you can't win without Klay Thompson. I don't believe they win.
Yeah, who said they're going to win without Klay? Who said they're going to win without SZA? SZA's key. SZA's definitely key.
But the thing is, although you can rank these two, you can rank them all individually, I'm at least going to say Klay and what's his name? Steph Curry. I ain't talking about individually. I'm talking about what they mean to the team. are just as important as each other. You got to mention one with the other, I believe.
Just as important.
I'm not saying
sure about that.
I'm not saying Curry is he's less talented. I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about as importance. They're not winning without either one of them dudes.
They're not winning without Schoolboy Q and Kendrick. They're not win. Those two you can't move. Those are the two people you can't move in that group. SZA is a nice addition. She's a nice addition to the group.
We digress.
And Absol is Draymond Green.
All right. What are you talking about? All right. Go back to the review.
Listen, Absol is Draymond Green.
I completely disagree with that.
Absol doesn't average 10 points, but he's somebody that makes the engine go.
Absol is, man, all right. Let me chill because I was about to say something.
I love Absol. Come on, man.
I love Absol. He's not Draymond Green. But go back to the review, please, before I insult him inadvertently.
What were we talking about? Oh, why worry? Oh, so pretty much what I was going to say was TDE Appreciation Week dropped, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. The role players dropped music. Zakari, Sir, Isaiah Rashad, Reason, and am I missing somebody? Absol.
Absol, yeah.
Those 5 dropped. In my humbling opinion, I think Isaiah Rashad probably dropped the least best song out of that group, but we didn't talk about the other people, so you're fired.
You ain't talking to me.
Fake news.
You ain't talking to me. Hey, listen, I think you're wrong about this being the worst song out of the TDE group. That's not even accurate. But
okay, you didn't. Okay, so
I didn't hear the reason one. I didn't hear the reason.
That reason was nice.
I didn't hear that. I will openly acknowledge that.
Okay.
I heard the Zakari song.
Okay.
I heard the Absol song.
Okay.
So the only one I didn't hear was Reason. I think that.
No, you didn't hear Sir. You didn't hear Rapper Weed.
I didn't hear. I love Sir. I didn't hear Sir either.
That song was good.
This song is better than the Zakari song and the Absol one. So I disagree with that statement that this is the worst.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Ooh.
Positive.
Ooh.
But we don't need to debate that though. That's not what this is.
Okay.
I think we got some things that we can get off our chest in this next segment with the not so advised.
Okay.
Playboy Cardi dropped a new song called At Me. At May. I don't know how to pronounce this. What'd you think of this, man? Hopefully you agreed to have this song on the list.
So I'm not as much as a Debbie Downer as you are on this song. I'm not as much as a negative Nancy. I'm not as much as a pugilist Puffer. I thought the song was unique. I thought it was a unique song. The structure is unique. I get it. He sounds like a cartoon character in the song, but I thought it was unique. I didn't think it was horrible, but I understand why people think it was horrible. It was kind of all over the place. But for me, Cardi has always been an artist that straddles the line between creative and crazy. And once again, I think he straddles that line. But this time, he kind of almost shaking off that line. Like he almost feels like he's about to fall off the line. But like I said, you could either think it's creative or you can think it's crazy. I'm more of the person that's on the it's creative side.
Okay. I think it's creatively bad.
That grammatically makes no sense, but I get it.
I don't care, man. We're ill-advised. We can always hang on that. Like at the end of the day, I think this song is ill-advised.
Okay, that's why it's on the ill-advised.
This song, man. I'll start with the positives, but there's not a whole lot. So the beat is tough. Like, okay, I give him, hey.
I love the beat.
I'll give him that. It's a great beat. The melody is cool. I like that too. It didn't do anything for me though. Like it just kind of falls flat. Like it has no impact. And while I don't look to Playboy Cardi for content, rather, I mean, I didn't go into this thinking I was gonna hear someone discuss the demons in their life and why they overcame. Like, no, I don't go to him for any of that. I go to him for hyped up music, if I even go to him for music, right? So he didn't disappoint me. I just don't think this song was that good. I actually think that it's very overrated. I mean, for people to think that this song is great, I think there's something medically wrong with you.
I don't think it's great. I'll be the first.
There is something medically wrong with.
I'll be the first to tell you I don't think it's great.
There is something neurologically wrong with your senses, your sense of hearing.
Your sense of hearing, yeah.
You think that this song is amazing, but I digress. So with that being said, I'm not rolling. I'm not really expecting, not highly anticipating new Playboi Carti music.
Well, it bothers me because I'm like, I do think Playboi Carti is overhyped a little bit. Like, where did this level of hype for him come from?
I don't know. I've been wondering the same thing.
Like, he gets bumped. Like, his stuff is highly anticipated.
I cannot figure it out.
I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything that has blown me away from him.
I don't know, man. It's got, and you know how earlier I was talking about NBA Youngboy?
Mm-hmm.
How NBA Youngboy is one of the few artists that make me feel old.
Mm-hmm.
Playboi Carti is another one. He's another one.
Could be
I just don't understand. He's actually more of an extreme case than Youngboy. I personally don't understand the craze.
Mm-hmm.
Personally. But hey, man, that's the beauty about music. It's all subjective, and just pretty sure somebody may be watching this saying, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about Playboi Carti.
Oh yeah, plenty of people.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, plenty of people gonna say that.
So anyway, next song.
Next song is Lil Uzi Vert, Playboi Carti's ex-best friend, I guess. He dropped Sasuke. He said skate. What you think about it?
I thought it was just like very kiddie, similar to the Playboi Carti song, right? Like, I don't know, man. Something about the sound effects that's going on with these dudes, man. You know, I got to give a lot of props to their engineering team.
You mean the
Bro. Yo. Okay, so when I heard at me, or whatever the hell that song is called, right? I went. That song is meh. It's a perfect definition of the word meh. That song is meh. But I went back and listened to Die Lit, right? Remember the song? Remember the album Last Playboi?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you know what? It actually hits better on when you have a hell of a hiatus from it. It's not bad. It's not a bad project.
I think it's decent. It's decent.
Yeah, like it wasn't bad, man. And unfortunately, you know, there may be some turmoil going on between these two guys, Lil Uzi Vert and Playboi Carti. I don't know, but one thing I do think they are sharing is their engineering team. Whoever is lacing them with this sound, the actual way the sounds are coming out with their vocals, bro, they might be the MVP. Because outside of Tory Lanez, whoever makes Tory Lanez sound like a giant in his songs, I don't know many people. Oh, Travis Scott too. Travis Scott's engineering team. There's a select few of people who have an amazing engineering team. That's the only highlight I have with this song. Other than that, this song is not good. Lil Uzi Vert didn't need this. He just dropped an album and a deluxe that just went platinum like last week.
Yeah, I don't.
Why did he drop it?
I don't know the point of this song. I don't know what it means in the grand scheme of things. I don't know why he dropped it. I don't even know what the name of the song means. I don't know what that is. But
probably a drink.
I think he's showing the world that, like, yo, I can do whatever I want. Like, literally. I've gotten to the point where I can drop music that, like, can be just a whole bunch of nonsense. Literally nonsense. You guys go with it. And that's exactly what happened. But, I don't know. Maybe I listen to it again. Maybe I'll listen to it after I sniff some mushrooms or something like that. and maybe it'll make sense. But
I feel bad for your nose.
right now, it don't make sense to me.
It probably won't, but yeah, man. Let's move on.
Okay.
Pain dropped a song with Chris Brown called "Wake Up Dead." What'd you think of this, man?
I thought it was a very, you know how I said straddles the line between creative and what was it? Shaky? What did I say? Creative and crazy. This song straddles the line between bizarre and romantic. Like, I don't know. I mean, you know, T-Pain and Chris Brown got some history with one another. They dropped Kiss Kiss. I think they linked up in a few other songs, some on T-Pain's album, some on Chris Brown's other albums after Kiss Kiss album. So this song was like somber. It was a little depressing. They was talking about, first and foremost, you're not gonna wake up if you're dead. So how do you wake up dead? I don't know what that means. The title. He said in the song, "I don't want to wake up dead." But what?
Yeah, nah.
Okay, so there's that. And then, just content-wise, I had a hard time grasping what they were talking about in the song. Like, in one sense, he's like, both of them are like, I appreciate my wifey, and only person I want to be with is my wifey, but then that wifey is the type of person that'll kill me. Like, I literally did not understand what the hell this song was about. So that is probably my one beef with it, my main beef with it.
That's a hell of a beef. I'm with you, man. I didn't really get it. I didn't get it. I don't know, man. This is one of them songs though that it may actually end up being a good song once you actually understand it. If it actually does have a meaning, end of the day, I don't know. But I guess I expected more. First of all, I didn't have any expectations because I didn't even know this was dropping. But when I saw a song that had T-Pain and Chris Brown, I'm thinking, whoa, what's this gonna sound like? And it didn't blow me away. I mean, rather it was confusing enough for me to be like, I probably won't go back to it. It won't. Probably won't.
I don't think they're
if it comes on, I mean, will I change the song? Maybe. It depends on the mood I'm in, but I'm definitely not going back to this song.
You know, I think it goes back to that whole point I made about Wiz Khalifa, right? T-Pain was once an A-list singer rapper that is now probably like C or D list. So I don't just see a song featuring T-Pain and say, oh, it's T-Pain, it must be good. I don't do that no more. I used to do that, but not anymore. So T-Pain, you actually got to drop good stuff for us to catch, for you to catch my attention. Like T-Pain has to give me something that is actually meaningful, good. You can't just drop little random joints that don't make sense anymore. Those days are over.
True.
You gotta focus, bro.
True. Speaking of T-Pain, he had a battle with, I don't know if you saw it. He had an IG live battle with Lil Jon.
Lil Jon, yeah, I heard about that.
Yo, Lil Jon got hits, bro, that I forgot about as hits. I was surprised. I'll just say that. I actually think he beat T-Pain. As crazy as that sounds, he actually beat him.
Lil Jon beat T-Pain?
Bro, he beat him.
Did they play Sprung? Did they play Bartender?
They played all of that.
Did they play what's the other joint that he had? The Snap with the Snap. Not Bartender, but there was his single after Bartender. No, before Bartender.
Snap your
Snap your fingers. Do the step. You can do it all by yourself.
I know the song.
Girl, what's your name? Come on, off those three, he wins.
Nah, but Lil Jon actually got some joints though. Like he played all of those early 2000 crunk joints. Like they actually go pretty hard, right? Like maybe not better musically, but impact wise, I think they had more impact. than what T-Pain did. And that's no shade because I love T-Pain.
Okay.
But it's just like he was playing shit like Shots. I mean, like turned down for what? Like what? You want to talk about a global song? Like it's not a great record, but in terms of impact, come on, we gonna act like we didn't hear Shots all throughout every possible. I know where you're going. I see the look on your face. But the point is, this is about these beat battles. I don't know if you've been watching them. The people you would think who would be winning are like kind of struggling. You know, like you know, we had there was a battle between between Boy Wonder and Hit Boy. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't. I've not seen any of those battles.
Ah, damn! I'm talking to the wrong.
Hey man, I watched Dateline, bro. Did you see that episode of Dateline where the VCU person was on there? That was stunning. Let's talk about that.
I think you're talking to yourself at this point. That must suck.
Come on. So, for my ill-advised thought, I want to talk about love. Love and hip-hop. How about that? Not the show, not the show. I want to talk about love and hip-hop, this show. I want to talk about the topic of love and how hip-hop artists, R&B artists talk about love. The reason I want to talk about love is because there was actually somebody that Kawi, a good friend of our show, somebody that is a good resource for us, pointed out. Her name is Alina Perez. She dropped a song with Six Slacko, Joe Slacko, aka Black, that I thought was pretty dope. And so after listening to that song, I became a fan of her, and I checked out her new album or EP, whatever you want to call it, called It Was Divine. What I found interesting about her EP or album, I think it's an album. What I found interesting about it is that she tackles love in this productive way. Like she tackles love in more of a positive way. Instead of all the heartbreak stuff that we're used to listening to, she instead embraces the rush that comes with being in love with somebody. She welcomes the challenges of growing with somebody. And she just sounds enthusiastic. She just sounds happy. She just sounds fun, or like she's having fun with the whole topic of being in love. And so what I found interesting was throughout the last year or two, there's been so many artists that have tackled love in their own unique way, right? And if you listen to hip hop artists, what love is changes so much. Like for instance, Youngboy never broke again, right? He just dropped 38 Baby 2. I feel like what he thinks love is loyalty. Throughout the album, he talks about having chicks that's down for him, having somebody that he can turn to, regardless of the day that he's having. That person understands where he's coming from. That's what he values in love. And then you got people like Summer Walker. What it seems like is she values somebody that could go through the ups and downs of the crazy life that she's living, like can kind of go through the emotional roller coaster that she's willing to put somebody through. And then you got somebody like, say, Selena Gomez, who sees love as supporting somebody's mental well-being, seeing love as, making somebody happy, simple as that. Love is so complicated. And I think the topic of love in hip hop is one of the most intriguing topics to listen to. Dare I say, I've learned in some of the relationships that I've been in from hip hop and R&B. I've learned what being romantic means from hip hop. I've learned what jump offs means in hip hop. I've learned what fake love is, real love is. I've learned what loyalty, everything. I think what is really slept on in hip hop is just the topic of love. And though it's completely opposite from what you see on Love and Hip Hop, it's something that I think, you know, people should pay attention to more and just kind of get intrigued by. That's my last thought. That's it. I just want to talk about love. You know, we all this talk about coronavirus, let's talk about love for a change. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
I hear you. I hear you. Hey, how refreshing of you, sir.
Yeah, love.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I can't say that I needed that, but I didn't. I'm not mad at that, man. I'm not mad at that, man. It's a good ill-advised thought. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go a little off the cuff though, because to be honest with you, I just haven't really been thinking about a whole lot more these days than, when I say these days, I mean the quarantine state that we're in, than just kind of investing in yourself, right? This has nothing to do with the artists that we talk about on a regular basis, especially on this episode, and that we're going to talk about in the future. This is more of me kind of surveying the landscape of the industry, that at everyone's respective industry that they're in, and seeing how they are making the most of their situation, taking advantage of the opportunities that's there. I have some examples, right? Like, for example, if you are a artist, musical artist, that is mainstream, and you normally are making your money through touring, you're making, you're selling merch, you're doing all these meet and greets, you're kissing babies, hugging all these people, taking pictures. Well, that's obviously something that you're not able to do like you were used to, that you were used to being able to do. So you have to kind of get creative, right? I saw an interesting, very, very interesting concert that St. John, the artist, put on his IG story. No, IGTV. He basically did a concert from his apartment, like on the balcony, surveying the LA landscape, wherever he lives at in Los Angeles. But it was just really cool because he was able to give his fans another look into at least what his concert would have been like for the people who paid, right? Like, he's not the only artist who had a tour that was in the middle of, the tour and got canceled, and, they have to basically go home and sit down, and they lost out on tons of money. Well, this is the time to really invest in yourself. I believe somebody like St. John was doing it with that virtual concert. You're seeing a lot of artists putting out virtual concerts, right? If you're somebody who's interested in finances, we're in one of the biggest crashes of the stock market that the experts, whoever they are saying this could be worse, or is, if it already isn't, is worse than the Great Depression, right? Like, if you're somebody who thinks that financial investments is something that's important, go do that. This is a great opportunity to go put some money down and you maybe secure your future. If you're somebody who owns a home, like go and maybe look into refinancing your home at some point. Maybe you might save some money. I don't know what it is that you're actually doing currently, but I just feel like this is the time where we should all really be becoming still, figuring out all of the things that you've been wanting to do, and some of the things that could benefit yourself, and really just doubling down on that. Really doubling down on what it is that you love to do and seeing how it can maybe benefit you when we all get out of our own homes, whenever that is. So I wish everybody success, man. Like, I get motivated by a lot of people out here that I see, and I'm like, man, like they're really getting creative during these times. Like, they're really staying afloat. I mean, we look at what we're doing, right, with the Zoom meeting. I mean, we're continuing to extend and expand our brand with the podcast. We're extending our outreach, getting more on YouTube. We're extending everything that we're doing. So, hey, to each his own, to everybody's respective crafts. I just wish everybody really just get into the things that you love, you know? And it might pay off at a certain point in the future. You really might see the benefits of the time that you spent during this quarantine in the near to distant future. So much success to everybody out there.
Okay, that was fantastic. That was fantastic. You know what? I listened to you. You know I listened to you. You know why? Because I'm gonna start back up my rap career. I'm gonna start my. This is the album that I'm coming out with. The QD theories. QD. Look. I had the. I don't know what type of car that is. What is that? Mitsubishi. I had the Mitsubishi. Parental advisory, bro.
Man, that looks like a Camry. What is that? you had a Camry in front of a mansion?
I got Buckingham Palace right there, right behind me.
Bro, that don't even match up. That should be a
brother, look. Come on, bro. All in blue. Listen. My rap career is gonna take off. It's gonna take off. And look. I got the hood behind me. The hood.
Ooh.
Sorry. The hood. Look. They look like they're up to no good.
Oh man, you know what? I like that, man. Hey, we got to put that on social media. Send me that. Send me a picture of that, man.
Absolutely not.
How much do you want to get clowned? How much?
I'm surprised this hasn't been burned.
Hey, I'm gonna break into your house, man, and I'm that's the only thing that I'm gonna steal.
It's classic. It's fire.
Yeah.
That was a good ill-advised thought, man.
Appreciate that, man. I think we're just about done here, man. What do you think?
Okay. I think so. I believe so.
Yeah, man. As always, for those of you guys who've been rocking with us, we appreciate the support. Hopefully, you know, we got some new listeners who made it this far in the show, and we thank you guys too. Remember, if you're giving advice, make sure it's ill.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Oh.
So we are back once again with our Who Got Next segment. And as you guys can see, and you will hear for those of you guys who are listening on the podcast app, we got a special guest. We're very excited about this one. Ain't that right, Q?
Yes, sir. This is Drip Down. She got the Drip Down single that I love. Jaelyn.
Yeah, and just so you guys are aware, she don't want your man. I just wanted to point out. Go ahead, Jaelyn.
Hers is a lot finer.
Y'all look good. You guys are really good at this. I like it already.
What's going on? How you living?
I'm living great. It's hot out here, but we're living good. Living really good.
Okay, so where are you at right now?
Right now, we're in a city called Palm Desert, and it's located somewhere in the Coachella Valley.
Okay, so like they got the Coachella, they got that festival out there. I'm familiar. Okay.
Yeah, Coachella Fest.
So how are we talking like?
Is that close to Napa Valley? Isn't that Napa Valley? Sorry.
Apple Valley's like where Beaumont is, so you're close. It's like more further down if you keep going down that way. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So you repping. What do you guys got like a special name for where you're from?
Not really. I mean, it's just Coachella. I'm from Coachella. My team is like mostly out here. I mean, my producer was born in Huntington. My photographer / he also makes music though. He's from the Bay Area. And then this guy, I don't know if you guys can see him, but this guy walking right here is like one of our other teammates. He's from Miami. And my boyfriend, who also does a lot of what we do, helps a lot with what we do, is from Europe, I believe.
Oh wow!
But
no.
yeah. I could be wrong though. I think he was born here, but so don't take my word for it. But Europe sounds like more cooler to say, so I'm gonna just say Europe.
I'm not even gonna be mad for asking the whole nother question about why you're not sure about where your boyfriend. That's a whole nother question. All right, it's all good. I don't need to know any of that. But what I do want to know is like, you know, where are like who are you? I want the people to really know like who you are as an artist and just like kind of what your artist is all about. You know, before we get into like obviously what out. You know, so I mean, can you?
What was that? Sorry, you like lagged for a second.
My bad. So I was just gonna say, like, can you just describe like who you are as an artist? Like, how would you put into words the type of music that you make?
Okay, yeah. Honestly, like I don't even think too far deep into that. I really just like I go through certain things, I go through certain situations, and since I was young, I never was good at like communicating with people like how I felt. You know, so it was like me writing, because that's really where it all started from. Like when I just started writing when I was really young, and it was just helpful for me, like to vent how I felt, because I just couldn't communicate how I felt like really well. So when I did, I would overreact or just get crazy, and be me writing. It was just so helpful, like. So that's where it all started. And then, so I can't really like to say like where does like my music come from. I would say just like what I feel in the situations I've been through. I don't really like think too much about it. I don't have like a particular idea of how I want to sound. Mm-hmm. I just do based off what I feel. Yeah. But then there's sometimes like when I wrote All In, it was like, I kind of just want to be in the studio and just be creative. And when you just have that type of inspiration, you don't really expect what the fuck to come out. Oh, I don't know if we're supposed to cuss, but we don't expect what to come out,
No, you can curse.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if like, yeah, but you don't really expect what to come out when you just want to do like just something creative and not thinking too much about it or based off how you feel,
Absolutely.
That
to me is like the best way to make music. Like when you can just kind of use music as a tool to like vent, just kind of like express yourself.
Because
yeah.
No, go ahead. You can continue. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, when you can just use it as like an opportunity to just say how you feel, like you mentioned. Like that to me is when the best music comes out. I feel like the best artists do just that.
No, I totally agree with that. I mean, like, when I feel like when things aren't like forceful, it's just easier to like, to just express yourself. And I feel like how you feel, there's somebody in the world that feels that same way. I wouldn't even say that feels the same way. It could be a song, right? This is how I feel about it. Like, you could write a song and you can say one thing, and that one thing will like trigger whatever person in the world just because of that one little thing, Yeah. And like that's just how deep music is. It's crazy. That's why I agree. Like when you just pour out your heart and you just like do what you feel, someone's gonna feel it regardless of like what you're trying to go for, Yeah. But as long as you feel it, like I feel like you can't go no wrong.
Exactly. And to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, like I feel like as an artist these days, you gotta be able to be relatable to somebody. Like,
definitely.
You need to be yourself, you need to be relatable, and I think that's something that I've noticed about your artistry too, is that you come from like a relatable place. Like you come from
I try to write in that way too. I feel like sometimes when you're you can't like you want to like sometimes artists don't really like they explain themselves too much, and it can't relate to people, you know.
Yeah.
But then, you know, the little amount of words that you say in a song are helpful to those who, because, you know, it's kind of like when you read a book and watch a movie, you know. It's like when you read the book, your imagination gets to go further than you actually watching the movie.
Fact.
You know.
Fact.
So it's kind of like that, you know, like with writing, you know, when I'm like writing and I want it to be relatable and I want people to just feel however they feel with their own situation, not my own, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm not gonna lie, I love that. I always say that point. That's funny. I always say that point to people. What you just said, like when you read a book, when you read something, your imagination can go all over the place. And like, if nobody's gonna see a book the same way, like everybody's gonna have a different view of the book that they read. And so I think that's pretty dope.
Exactly.
I think it's pretty dope.
Exactly.
So I got a question for you, Jaelyn. Would you consider yourself a singer, rapper, artist, musician, influencer?
Honestly, I always tell people, like, I'm whatever that you want me to be. I feel like there is no limit that I can't do, you know, just because I just don't like to limit myself. Like, because there's sometimes where I just want to be a rapper, like all in. I was just rapping on that, and there was no like singing, or there was like melodies and stuff like that were in there, but I wasn't technically singing, you know.
Yeah.
So it really depends. Sometimes I'm a rapper. Sometimes I want to just sing. Sometimes I want to do both. Like it really depends on what I'm inspired to do. I can, when it comes to me being a musician, like I can play the keys, but not crazy. Like I'm not Beethoven in this bitch, but like I can play and like it won't sound bad type shit, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, but that's a goal of mine that I really want to reach though. Like I really do want to play an instrument one day. Like my dad's a drummer. So I know how to like play a little bit of drums if I sat there, you know, like my uncle's like plays a guitar and stuff. So like there's ways and bits around that I could learn, you know, which is one of my goals. So I'm not a musician yet, but within the next 5 years I probably will be.
Oh wow. See, that's the type of perfection. Like somebody that just wants to continuously get better. Like that's what we need, right? We need that. We need more of that, man.
I'm with you. Hey, real
No,
quick,
we do.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because my sound's been my mic has been messing up a little bit. But
yeah, you gotta pay them bills, bro.
I feel you though. Honestly, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying I'm unemployed. I don't know. I mean, come on, man.
Come on, man. But I feel you though. Honestly,
what'd you do with the stimulus check Trump gave you, dog? Did you just go like splurge on Amazon?
Man, I bought a hat and I bought a shirt. That's it.
I bought a hat and a shirt.
No. But seriously though, Jaelyn, you said something really important, and when I hear your music, even though like I guess you're saying you don't really consider yourself either a rapper or a singer like full time, right? You kind of do both. You know, you a lot of, and maybe you hear this a lot, but you remind me a lot of Jaiko music. And I would say she kind of has that spirit as well. So I was wondering if someone that you like, I don't want to call it modeled your career, but was she an influence? And if not, like who?
Who did?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Who are some of your influences?
That's kind of like a tricky question, like for me, because it's like I didn't really like. I can't sit here and be like, I'm a huge fan of Janae and I can sit hours listening to her music, because it was never really like that when I started making music. Because when I started, I was an athlete, so like I didn't even have time to like listen to really any music. Like when I did, it would be like it would just be like some rap shit because I really fuck with rap. It helped me a lot going through like just, you know, when you're practicing or you're working out, you usually hear some hyphy shit, you know, like to get you in the mood. You know, you don't listen to Janae when you're trying to lift, like, you know what I mean? Like,
how you gonna light a candle? How you gonna light a candle while you about to play a sport? Like that's
you know, exactly. So
wait, hold on. You guys didn't listen to Maxwell and Avant before y'all played basketball? Like, y'all didn't listen to Nice and Slow by Usher before y'all?
You got
That's
you
Y'all
are
some football games?
you one of the goats. You one of the goats if you can pull off that.
honestly though, there are some times where, you know, you just need to breathe, and so you gotta put on some soft shit because you just you know. But anyways, what was we talking about? Oh yeah, my influence. Okay, yeah. So, you know, I didn't really listen to Janae because I started making music in 2015. And I believe in 2015, that's when she dropped actually The Worst, I believe. And I was like a fan, but I wasn't like a huge fan. Just because also I didn't really grow up in a wealthy home. Like my parents, you know, we always struggled like trying to, you know, pay our bills and stuff like that. So at the time, we didn't even really have like internet, I believe. So like it was even hard to like get across to music like that, you know? So the only person that had internet was my dad because his work had, you know, his work gave him a phone that had internet on it. And so like that's how we would do things. And sometimes I would have to like record on my like iPod or something, or on my like little flip phone, like on the memo thing, like record the song so I could listen to it.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Wow.
But it was like, go ahead.
No, I was just saying the voice app, but go ahead.
Oh yeah. You know, so but honestly though, I can say now though, definitely, like I definitely sit there now and listen to Janae and just other artists too, like I don't know, like I love Lauryn Hill growing up. Also, my parents, so my mom and my dad are 10 years apart, and my dad listened to very like rock and roll, like just that type of music, you know what I mean? And my mom, she would just listen to like oldies and like old school shit, very soulful music growing up. So I had like, but by the way, like they're from two different eras as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like it's a reach between those two, and I feel like I get a lot of like the music that I make and like the melodies and choices that I do in my music because of that. Because there's such a gap, you know. That's why I feel like even though some people say I sound like Janae, there's always like there is this difference. But even though it reminds you of Janae, you know? Mm-hmm. I also feel like it's because of my voice. My voice is very soft like Janae.
Could be.
But yeah, no, I never get upset. I think it's a pleasure to be like compared to her. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. I mean, Janae, which by the way, Janae has influenced a lot of artists in my opinion. Like I think there's Summer Walker's because of Janae. There's all types of R&B acts and acts because of Janae. You know.
Yeah.
I do see what you're saying is because listening to your music, I do see differences in her music and your music. Like I said, you're a lot more. I would say you're a lot more free will, like more unpredictable with which route you're gonna go. Like in a good way. Like where I can see you being like, you know, I'm in love, but then you're like, yo, I feel like chilling on the couch today. Like all in the same song, like just literally how you feel. Like whatever comes to your mind. Like that's kind of the type of artist that you remind me of, which is dope. Those are the type of artists that are winning. In my,
you know that one saying, there's like this one saying where, what's that one saying? Which is like, great people, good artists copy.
Great artists steal.
Yeah. Good artists copy, great artists steal. and I feel like I definitely like to use that in like making music. I don't want to technically like, I'm gonna take what I can like from great artists because I feel like that's what makes like great music,
Yeah.
But I also feel like you don't want to, you don't want to bite somebody's whole. Yeah, don't let don't let it be like who you are in your music, because I feel like I always try my best to take what artists give but put it in my own inspiration, because then because you always want to be original. You never want to like, because then it's like would you rather like if I was just a complete like not image, but if I made music exactly like Janae, would you rather listen to me or Janae? It's like probably Janae, because Janae's been in the game longer,
Yeah, Janae.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's, it's funny. I think it's okay, like as artists, to say, hey, I like this about this artist, because we talked to Spaceboy Uno. We had a similar conversation, and we all agreed, I believe, right, Uch? We all agreed that it's okay to be like, I like this about this artist. I like this about this artist. I like this.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
There's something. I think there's something very, I think, flattering, right? Like, it's okay to get inspiration, but like you said, Jaelyn, like you gotta kind of carve your own path. Like, especially if you want to be great, right? Like, do you want to be good?
If you want to be
great? Like, which one is it?
Yeah.
What it comes down to, and like you said,
I definitely feel. No, you go ahead. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No. I think there might be a delay with my audio, probably. I feel like there's a delay, but no, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I feel like you always gotta be like open-minded, definitely, to like artists and what they do, because I feel like that being open-minded to those things also help you just be creative, because that person might like do something, and whatever he does, that can bring back like some type of inspiration that you've had before and lost, you never know. And that's why I never try to be like, that's why I even, when I'm doing something, for example, my photo shoot the other day, like, I thought I did a fucking hell of a job, but when I showed it to my team, it was like, no, that's not really what we're looking for. So it's like, okay, shoot, like, let's do this again then. Like I felt out what I was supposed to do. But you always gotta be like open-minded to like, other artists' opinions and creative like aspect about it, because that is how you become great. You don't become great just by listening to your own opinion on things.
Yeah.
Unless if you're very dedicated and devoted to like exactly what you want, then maybe it could work for you. But I think most of the time, great artists are created by just being very open-minded and that take criticism very well.
That's well said. That is like, you are mature beyond your years. Like, that is like perfectly said. Because it's your team, Caspian Pink, and when you have a team that's honest, you got a team that are also doing music. They understand the ins and outs of music. Like, who you surround around you is so important to me.
Definitely.
Like, for
having a team. I feel like having a team that like understands each other's vision, right? Like, and like you said, you gotta have people that inspire you, who can give you feedback and you not flip out, right? I feel like everybody kind of believe in each other enough to allow everybody to make things work, which actually brings me to my next question, because I really want to get into, he does as well, like the new album you got dropping. Tell us about that. What's the name? What's the direction behind that?
So I'm terrible at names. All my names that you see on my project, that's all my producer. I can never come up with a cool name for like anything. but like I'm very, very proud of this one, and like I'm very hard on myself when it comes to like just my music and stuff like that. But like I'm very proud of this project. Once you listen to this new one and you listen to Seven Roses, I don't know if you guys listened to Seven Roses, but if you guys did, you guys are gonna hear like such a progress, like in everything, the production, the vocals, the engineering and mixing and mastering and all of that. You guys are gonna hear such a like just a progress in it, and even in my writing, you know, like I love it so much because my fans and the people that support me are going to listen to this growth that's in my life. You know, like I came from this heartbreak and just honestly not even just a heartbreak with a relationship, but even the relationship with myself. You know, like there was no relationship with myself. There was no like really like it's just self-love and respect, you know, that I could have gave myself. And with this project, I feel like you hear a lot, you hear more of that, you know.
Okay.
In the best way. Like, you know, I'm in another relationship that's like way healthier and just beautiful and flourishing, and you get to hear that too, you know. But you also get to hear like just like they have this one song called Nia Long, and it's just like me talking about like, damn, this party sucks. Like I wish I wasn't at this party. I wish that I was actually in a jacuzzi drinking wine by myself. Like, you know, like like I have music like that in the album. I have music that, you know, just talks about like I look so good, you know, and you're mad because your man wants me. Like,
yeah,
you know, I got music like that too in this album, and it's just like, you know, it's just beautiful. I love all the categories like I'm hating in this album, because I feel like in the last album it was just one particular like content I was giving to them, you know, which I'm not mad at because it was my first album and it was the first like couple songs I've dropped since 2015. So, you know, Seven Roses definitely grew my fan base to where it is right now. But I feel like this next project is just gonna it's gonna go crazy. Like we're doing a lot to make it we're doing a lot to make this a big thing, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, that's important. That's important.
We're gonna be paying attention. You're gonna get like 1,000 streams from me just like on the first week.
Bro, if you do, bro, it's all love. I appreciate it.
Which one where do you want your streams? You want it on Spotify, Apple Music? Which one do you want me to
Honestly, just because the quality is just super dank, we gotta do Apple Music.
Ah, okay. Got it. Check mark. Let me put that on.
But honestly, it's whatever you choose, bro. It's whatever you choose.
I'm gonna tell you
I'm
right,
not mad.
I'm definitely gonna be listening on Spotify, and this is not an ad for them, but I just rock with. I like Spotify, but
Apple Music.
No worries.
No, I just don't have
worries.
an Apple. I don't have an iPhone. What do you want me to do?
Jaelyn, he's an Apple hater. That's he
Honestly, I would have an Android if it wasn't so goddamn complicated to
Thank you.
If it wasn't so complicated to manage. Like I feel like I don't know what I'm doing when I'm touching an Android.
Thank you.
Come on, man.
Simplicity, Ooch.
You gotta stop. Listen, I will personally show you how to use an Android phone. It's not that hard.
Listen, iPhone people are cooler. Just admit it. We just cooler than the Android people. But it's all good. We don't gotta admit.
Look, man, go with that. If that's what you believe, go with that. But that's a damn lie.
So, Jaelyn, I got one more question. This is gonna be the most important question by far. It's serious. Let me take a breath before I ask. So, how's quarantine life?
Oh God. Honestly, it's not like, I feel like this quarantine is being done for my favorite, and that might sound selfish as fuck, but it's like I've been really working so hard to like just get things done at the right time and like even the opportunities that I want, you know, they weren't, if quarantine didn't happen, I feel like those things, they wouldn't have been done, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like almost like my boy Lavish always says that, like, when you really want something, the universe will literally bend down at its like fucking will to give you what you want. And honestly, like, this is how I feel about it. Like, I feel like I wanted to do Coachella Fest, but I didn't have any like I didn't have any blogs or any like writing credit to like do Coachella Fest. But because of this quarantine, I'm actually getting those things done, you know, where there is a possibility I could do Coachella Fest, you know? There's like just other things too. I mean, at the same time, it still sucks because it's like, yeah, I wish I can just like go to the store and get what I need without having to have any like complications, you know?
Yeah.
Like because of it being the way it is, that sucks, you know, and just because of all the people passing away and going through this situation, I have like my uncle passed away from it last week, you know, so it's all good, you know, but it happens. It's life. I feel like everything happens for a reason. I feel like if God, you know, whatever reason God has for it being done like this, you know, I feel like we're gonna reap the outcome very soon after this is all over, and we're gonna see things differently, better. You know, I just don't see things negatively, you know.
Yeah.
I try my best to see the best things out of life, because at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know, I just feel like life is it's a lot of ups and downs, you know, and sadly life doesn't feel sorry for us, but we just got to keep it moving and do our best to be sane, you know.
Oh, very well said. Very well
You
said.
know, I love your perspective. I really do. And it's so genuine. It's so real. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
it's so authentic that like we were talking earlier about that. You know, having people who relate to your story and your life and all of that. Like, keep being genuine. You know, I feel like people are gonna really gravitate towards that type of energy. You know, and it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool that you're investing in your craft. You know, like during this whole quarantine time, definitely. Like I know I'm hyped for this new project, and you know, blogs and people who are supporters out here. We rock with you, so we definitely gonna show you some love. You know, like,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like any bit of like notice, you know. Excuse me. I appreciate it so much. Like, cause out here, you know, nobody knows about, like, hardly anybody knows that, like, you know, where Coachella is at, or my city, or where we're from. No one has really came up yet. And if, like, I mean, we've had like other stars, but that was like way before my time, you know. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like I'm happy to like rep where I'm from, and just getting more exposure and stuff like that. I'm just very grateful for it, because, you know, nobody knows this place, you know. I feel like Drake, you know, being known for Toronto right now. Like, I feel like I'm Drake being known for Toronto. Like,
You got it. You got the. I listen. I'm not just saying it just to say it. Like, I think you got it. You know, you got it. It where, like, there's something about you that I think, as an artist, from an artist standpoint, that like I can just see blowing up. Like, I can just see like the shine, the appeal. Like,
yeah.
you can't.
Thank you so much.
It's funny. You can't like learn it. You can't like buy it. You just got it. You just have it.
Yeah.
no,
I'm so.
We don't even know what it is. We can't like, when you can't even define it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like half the people who are dope and who are great artists, half the time we can't put
You can't even pinpoint.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Thank you so much, man. I honestly, like, and that's where I'm at right now too. It's funny that you say that. It's like, right now, just, you can have it, but that don't mean that, like, you have all the other things that seems to be easier for others than it are for those, you know? Like, me and performing, I gotta do, like, just got to do more of that. You know, like I just got to be better at it, because I'm not the best to be on stage and like just rock out the fucking stage, you know, like, or even like just being on time with like these shoots of what I'm going for. Like, and there's some people and some artists that are just like, they got that, you know, like, but they don't have it though. But yeah, but at least I can learn, you know, at least I can learn that, which is I'm grateful for. But you're right, some people just, you can't learn it, you know, and I don't know what I have that makes it, but shit, I'm grateful that I have that.
Yes, I was gonna say, keep doing it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any questions?
No, I think we pretty much asked them all. I mean, you answered a whole lot of questions that we had listed down, and you just kind of answered. So, I mean, we thank you for joining. Like, it's dope to have you on, and yeah, we're looking forward to the project. So, you know, if you get a little feedback from us to let you know how the project is sounding, definitely don't be surprised.
Dude, I mean, I would love to do this again when I'm actually like actually prepared to do it. You know, after the album drops and stuff, I would love to like connect with you guys again and talk about the project and more stuff that's up to come, you know.
100%.
Yeah. I just noticed my name on here, Ling Ling. My photographer put Ling Ling on it, and I was like, damn, I should have changed that to Jaelyn. But
I was telling them, like, I was like, who the hell is Ling Ling? Should I let them? I was like, is this spam? Like, who the hell is this?
Yeah, I know. My bad. But next time, you know, next time around, we're gonna do this correctly. Look at this guy. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's my photographer, Lavish.
What up?
It's good.
He can't hear you at all, but it's okay. I'll tell him you said what's up.
Yeah, so when the quarantine is over, like, we definitely, you know, we'll come out to Coachella, and like, we can even do the interview. I mean, obviously, like, I don't know when this is gonna ease up, but
honestly, I think everything should be being. This is what I heard though, so don't take my word for certain, but you know, I think it's supposed to be done by like May 20 something. I believe this whole quarantine shit.
Damn, that's good. That's good.
It is getting hot, so.
Hell yeah.
100 degrees to knock out anything. 100 degrees to knock out anything.
For real. So the next time you guys were thinking about linking or the same.
Say that one more time.
So next time you're talking about actually like linking up in person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we down. Like we definitely down. Like, we're definitely trying to expand, and you know, we're cool with coming out there. I mean, you know, we got some people we definitely want to show some love to, and you could definitely be one of them. Because if we can talk about your new album, especially after it comes out, man, it'll be fire.
Oh wait, but you guys aren't from here though. You guys are from Denver, right?
Nah,
we in DC.
Oh, why did I thought Denver? My bad. I'm so off.
I love Denver. I love me some Denver, but yeah. No, if it was Denver, we could have got on a road trip. It was just like,
hell yeah,
got some cheeses, some.
It's hella far, but I'm with whatever you guys are on. So.
a little 5-hour flight. That ain't much, you know.
5 hours. What you talking about? 5-hour flight? What? You getting the best flights?
I'm talking about non-stop flight. You damn right.
You
like 10 layovers.
I mean, especially now during this quarantine, you guys can get the tickets hella cheap, I believe.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think tickets were like $40 to get to Vegas from here. So.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is hella crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, we appreciate you for joining us, man. We look
so much. Thank you so much.
Like I said, thank you for joining our show.
Thank you.
We'll talk again.
Very soon. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. I'm glad. I love seeing just people be in their element, as well as people love watching me be in mine, you know? Like it's I just love creative people that do what they do. Like, yeah, that's all. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for this opportunity again. and we'll link very soon to do this after the album drops and all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I don't want you.
Well, you guys have a blessed day. Take care. Stay safe. And
Peace.
all of that. Peace.
Yes, peace.
Absolutely.